Houston.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man. Yeah, man, it's going down this Donnie Houston podcast. I am Donnie Houston. Check it out, man. Man, we got a real special guest, man. I'm talking about, man, we've been trying to line this thing up for so long, man. I'm so honored to have him here. I always heard about him, you know what I'm saying? You heard his name millions of times, especially when you're talking about, you know, Lil Flip at HSC and all that was going on, man. And it's none other than the CEO of Sucka Free Records. Hump, what's going down?
Stan, I can't call it, man. Just keep back enjoying life right now, bro.
Yeah.
Life been good, man. Just enjoying life, man.
Yeah. Talk to me, what you got going on these days, man?
Man, nowadays, I stay being an entrepreneur, D. It's so many ways to make money, but nowadays, you stay focused on doing it the right way. You know what I mean? So, I got Sucka Free Homes. What I do is buy homes, remodel them, and put them out there. And also, get them financed for people that really can't afford to get in homes. Other than that, I got a trucking company. Y'all can look it up, called Hobbs and Hobbs Trucking. We got 4 trucks, man. We run nationwide with it. I got a construction company.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff
yeah,
going on.
man. I'm a
Still
busy cat. Say, man, you'll never stop that. I'm a busy cat, man. Other than that, we got a few other things in the file. We got credit company called Brand New Credit Score. Y'all can look that up. Anybody need to get their credit straight, man. We the ones to call. Man, my wife can get that done for you. Also, too, I just branched in with a good friend of mine, Sam. We got a ranch over here. It's called B&H Ranch. It's a big old event center, So, we hosting shows, man. And if y'all need a place to do banquets, y'all need a place to throw your kids' parties or your concerts or car shows, man, y'all look that up. It's B&H Ranch right there on Player Street, and we getting ready to do some new things over there. And I'm focusing on this talent we got in Houston, man, because I look at what's happening in Houston with so much talent. Everybody don't get their full props. Everybody don't really get a chance to be heard and to be looked at. So I got something coming for the artists, man. And it's not just rap artists, it's gospel, it's R&B. We're gonna come up with a new thing y'all gonna be hearing about. It's called Houston Got Talent. And it's gonna be something real big for the city. A couple of your OG partners, man, they got record labels, they gonna be on the panel. You got a couple of hot DJs right here running the city. Matter of fact, you got a couple of distributor companies gonna be part of this. So yeah, it's gonna be real nice.
Man, tell me, 'cause I was telling y'all very, like, it's so hard to find any background information on you, man. You're just such one of the, when we talk about Houston hip hop, you one of them figures, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go all the way up and through there, man. You know what I'm saying? Starting just, growing up, man. I know it was on the south side. Were you in Cloverland? Like, tell me, like, how you grew up as a kid and where you at and all that.
Well, D, really, I'm out of. Really, it's small. It's really the same neighborhood. But some guys say it ain't, but the OG said do, because we only had one park that we all shot basketball at. So we got South Acres, the home of where Scarface from. excuse me, that's where we from. So at the same time, you got Cloverland, you got C Note and them and Botany Boys of Cloverland, you got Hillwood, you got South Park Mexican from there. But we really about a 20 to 25 block ratio.
Yeah, all right there.
So we all.
So you went in on the South Acre side of it?
Yeah, I'm on the South Acre side. That's where my mom stayed. But I bought a home in Cloverland, and that's where I put Sucka Free Records right there in Cloverland. So yeah, it's all one big old neighborhood. But I'm originally out of South Acres. But once you go to the park, man, you're there with everybody. So we just call it the hood. You know what I mean? We just kind of say, man, that's the hood. We don't try to I don't try to separate it or nothing, because I claim it all.
Yeah. Man, tell me, because I done had a few people over there, like South Acres, I think like Cornell X probably been on the way to come from South Acres that I talked to from over there. But tell me, like, in your era, growing up, kind of what that was, what that was like and what was going on and what you were into just, as a youngster.
Well, man, as a youngster at my era, man, we didn't have too much going on. We come up, of course, went to school, of course we had that strong parents' guidance. You're in church, you're gonna go to school, and you're gonna obey all your elders. And we had plenty of play mamas, plenty of play daddies, along that way. But we didn't have too much. We just play basketball over at Woodson Junior High School. We used to play football and over there at Rose. We had the dead ends. We had the corner stores. We was average. Wasn't too much different from any other neighborhood besides staying together as unity as we crossed different neighborhoods to play sports. Like we used to run the Blue Ridge. We used to go to Crestmont. But I was raised, man, with 3 sisters and no brothers. So
only boy, me too. I got 2 sisters.
Oh man, and it's really cold when you the baby of the family. It's like you get a wife, a mom, and 3 sisters. You follow me? It's like you the husband of all of this. So it was a task for me, man. But that showed me a bunch of unity. As far as family-oriented things, and what that did for me is they gave me a bunch of big brothers, because I never had any. Guys my sisters used to date while they was coming up. They adopted me as their little brother. So it's a lot of things I picked up at an early age that's a bunch of real genuine OG guys just turned me on to it and gave me the game to. And that's what turned me into a hustler.
So how young do you, and what are the things you starting to get introduced to, and what age, what I'm saying?
Ooh, man, shit. And say for instance, man, back then everybody was smoking weed. Say for instance, the OGs turned me on to the weed and the weed game, man, when I was, say 15.
Oh, young in the game.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I was 15, man. They gave me the game and gave me the green light back then. So it was like, shit, this was something new to me. Having some money in your pocket. Then you had your own little crew too at 15.
Wait. So you ain't moving. It ain't just like little nickel bags and dime bags type shit. It's older guys, so you kind of had an advantage on, having.
Man, these guys, these OGs, man. It started out with them catching us smoking weed. You know what I mean? Then it comes to the pep talk that they give you. And after the pep talk, when they see that you
ain't getting through.
Yeah, that ain't registered. So what they do now is they tell you, okay, well look, man, let me sit down and talk to you. Let me tell you what you're dealing with, what you're facing. But let me show you how you do it this way. which really wasn't no right way to do it. But let me give you this game to do it so you can be a little safer. And I kind of picked up on that, man. And I got 1 or 2 still living today, and we laugh about it. Say, boy, you remember that? I said, yes, sir. I do.
15 years old. So are you still going to school once you start hustling and all that? Man, or you kind of like, man, I'm getting money.
Man, I'm still going to school and everything. I'm still playing ball over there. I'm still doing everything, man. And back then, just low key cat. That's what's a hustler. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then it got to the point to where you can only do it so long before your parents catch you. I had run into that era. Yeah.
How long were you doing your thing before they found out what you was into?
Man, I think I ran about a good 2 months, 3 months before mama found out I had left something in my pocket while she was washing my clothes.
Yeah, rookie mistake.
That's right. Haul my own weed. Then left it in my pocket, man, while mama washing clothes. But yeah, man, it was a life lesson experience, man. And I really think some of the older guys that was my mentors, man, because they gave me a whole lot, and it kind of kept me balanced, because like I said, I didn't have no brothers. So once I deal with so much family with sisters, and I still had my big brothers I can talk to that give me the advice on everything I needed. I had a dad, but straight up and down, my dad was a working dad, and just take care of the home. Of course, anything I wanted to do or got into, he was there for me. Little league football, baseball, anything. But about just being in the hood, it's something that you just have to experience and overcome as being who you are, surrounded by them type people.
So you end up graduating and all that, right?
Right.
You went to Sterling?
Yeah.
Okay, so you graduate, and then you still hustling out through high school still.
Man, I worked for a while. I always kept jobs too, So I worked for a while, hustled a little bit for a while, man, and I just kept it balanced, you know what I mean? And then at the same time, after you stack your enough money, sometimes you get your hustling game up and enjoy your bread that you done stacked up, But I always been a hustler, man. No matter what it was, from music to CDs to whatever it is. Just like right now in the business, I'm still hustling with trucking. I'm still hustling and selling.
Figuring out ways to get it.
Yeah, Yeah. But I learned that you can be a hustler on different levels, but you don't always have to hustle illegal. If you take that same mindset that you got hustling illegal and turn that same hustle mentality and mindset into legal businesses, it's still gonna balance itself out. Yeah. You know what I mean? You just don't give up on it, man. Don't take no wood nickel. Stand on what you believe, man, and always keep your right foot forward, man, and keep a swivel over your head.
Yeah. So because at some point you do get back to hustling and you graduate though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At what age does it kind of start getting serious on that end? Or did you say, all right, I made my little money doing this, I'm working, like what was the switch, you know what I'm saying?
Well, the switch, man, was when we got into I would say music. I would say later on in the music, because our music wasn't always a paycheck that we got. Music wasn't always all the CDs we sold. It came to a point that music money wasn't enough for me, and wasn't enough for the family.
And so, how early did you start getting into music?
Man, I think I started getting into music I'll say about 27 years ago. Yeah, it's a long time. About 27 years ago. And that started from.
So you talking about like about 95?
Yeah, we way back there, man. About 95, 92, somewhere up in there.
So what was your, I guess, inspiration to get into music, and then what were you doing in the music? Was it more CEO, or what were you doing? You know, what was your?
Man, at that time, me and a friend of mine named Pee Wee. P used to be over there with president over there, X-BAM. From X-BAM, they had BAM, they had faculty, and Pee Wee's like my cousin, man. And we used to be on the road, throwing concerts and everything.
This is Sucka Free Entertainment,
right? And see, first it was X-BAM, and then we opened up Sucka Free Entertainment. And what we did, man, we just brought some of the best to put on the stage with faculty. And we brought some of the best out of Houston, put on stage with BAM. BAM was before faculty, so we was running with BAM first. And it just seems to us that, man, we was kind of spinning our wheels a little bit.
And y'all just working at the same time, trying to do this music thing, just square jobs.
Square jobs, working at the same time. You know what I mean? And then we just realized, hey, man, we spending more money than we making. You know what I mean? How we gonna survive this? And we the labels. So we just encountered some different things in the trapping. You know what I mean? Other ways of making money while we trapping.
Yeah, we hitting the road. We might as well hit a lick while we.
Yeah, we hitting the road, man. We might as well take all of this here. We gonna do all of this here because this ain't paying off. This is good, but look, we know this gonna work.
Yeah, and while we here.
While we ain't no sense in leaving that, man. Let's go and get that back home. So, man, we just enjoyed each other, man, and had fun, but hustled 2 or 3 ways at the same time, man, to try to make this music thing work for us. Because we felt we saw ourselves going in our pockets so much, man, and our own money, man, pulling out our own bank accounts and At
the time, you could just put a figure, say like, okay, man, we spending about this amount of money and we making this amount of money.
Ooh, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This music industry is, you know what I mean? This music industry costs money.
And you talking about back then, it really cost.
Yeah. So say for instance, man, you may put a show together, man, in a whole different city. So just say nowhere for say Louisiana. Say you take a couple of groups down there, you still got your travel, you still got your hotels, you still got to eat. Say where you going, these people really don't know who you bringing. I mean, so you got to get down there and create a buzz for them. You know what I mean? You got to go down there and work the city, work the radio stations, work the clubs. They have your street team. They need your flyers, your posters, your giveaways. That's for the artists even get there. Because the last thing you want is for artists to go down there and he ain't got
the empty venue.
Ooh, man, totally empty venue. Yeah, that breaks hearts, especially when them artists is, and it wakes these artists up. Especially when you got artists thinking he all that and he big shit and he doing this by himself, and you get down there, man, you ain't got but the place hold 1,700, you ain't got but 150 in there, and that ain't even filling up the dance floor. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot, man, to kind of to make it work. Because like every situation is gonna be different. You might have somebody that in that area that you can put on your team to promote that for you. That's what I did, man. I learned to let money circulate. In other words, I looked at it like this. I'm tired of running down here and spending my bread beating these cities up, taking artists down here, man, trying to get radio play in the club all night. 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night dinner, housing, all of this stuff. And when you look at it, I learned to just get the powerhouse that lives in that area.
And let them work what they know.
Yeah, this your city, man. You already DJing in the clubs. You already over here on the radio station, man. This is cost. This is extra.
And it's just you sitting back and saying, how can I do this?
That's right.
Without having to do so much to make this happen.
Donnie, yeah, I had to look at it, Donnie, because we were spending so much money, and you know, I knew it was a better way. I knew it was a better way. My thing was, let me figure it out. And I'm being honest with you. What I'm giving you now is really part of a blueprint for the ones that did make it and that did do it. In other words, say for instance, it's only so many people, so many labels that really knew how to work a record and break a record and get exactly what they want out of that market. And since social media came in, you know, a lot of guys still don't know how to work a record. You know, and the guys that do know, we really ain't never gave the blueprint away. You know, I give big shout outs to my brother Jay Prince, man. Jay one of the ones that label knew what they was doing. They knew how to work a record. You know, Sucka Free knew how to work a record. You know, a couple other labels that knew how to work a record. But to this day, you know, if you look at it right now, you can't do it without social media. You got to have social media. But at the same time, you can't do it without working either.
Can't get away from that old school method.
Yeah, you have to do both. You got to do both. Because at the same time, you know, social media, man, I have plenty come to me, Donnie, be telling me about their fan base. Hump, I need you. Look at my fan base, listen to my record and all this. And once I find that your fan base is really your social media, and I find that you really ain't been out here doing no work, ain't been seeing nobody, you ain't got nobody, no strong players on your team that's holding your markets down. You ain't when I see that this is a social media thing, and I see that you got strong belief that it's your fan base, I ask them, well, what you need me for? You got 300,000-400,000 on it. Oh, if you can drop a single and get you, man, if you can get you $3 a single, 50 cents a single off a single, you done made some money. So what you do, you test your own fan base if you call that your fan base. And at the same time, they realize now that, you know, some people just...
It don't always add up.
Yeah, ain't gonna add up, man, because some people on social media hitting like because what you got on, what you said or what you driving, what you're standing by. But that don't mean that they gonna go and
spend their dollars with you.
Spend that dollar with you. You know, we from the old school, man. We like, man, let's create real fans. And when we create real fans, not let our real fans turn social media on with us. Now you're getting the full potential from working and social media, and now you really gaining fans and you taking over your market in different cities and different states. But, you know, I can't give them all that, Donnie. You know, I run a consulting company, too. Y'all need to know about some of that, man. Y'all come see Hump to Hump, man. That little shit, man. I know my partners probably say, man, why are you getting them all that game? Well, you know, you got to share some things, man, because I say this all the time. I never want to see another person spend as much money as I did down there learning this business. So you have to always kind of give back. You know, because this industry, it can make or break you. It all depends on how deep your pocket is and how deep you feel about your music and the code and what you got going on. You know, you just have to you have to understand everything has a go point and a stopping point. And sometimes, man, some guys go truly broke behind music.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, just trying to figure it out, man. You know, just like Houston, man, for instance, man, our own city. And Donnie, I know they ain't gonna like me when I say this, but I say it every time and I say it in their face. If I say it once, I can say it twice to them. It don't make sense for us to be as big as we are in music here in Houston, that we don't have one artist that they really get behind to put the city back on. I mean, shouts out to Megan. Megan, you're doing your thing, sweetie. Keep going. I like what you're doing. Yeah, stay working. Megan doing her thing. You got Travis Scott doing this thing, man. But I'm just saying, for the young guys that's really 8 to 5 and they're trying to work and do this music industry, and for the guys that been in the industry for a while that y'all know working and study working and trying to make it work, you know, why make the ones that's here in this their hometown have to always pay for what they need done? You know what I mean? The reverse side of that is anybody else come from out of town, man, y'all give them the city, y'all give them a album release party, after party, y'all give them a dinner, y'all gonna let the red carpet out for anybody else.
Do you think I've always had this theory, especially nowadays versus like the 90s, like Houston itself for the most part, like we had like a Screw or Watts or, you know, a Jay Prince. It was like some central figure that kind of was damn near playing the role of being responsible, of like saying, hey, these are the guys that we need to get behind. And now we don't really have that, and you got social media, and it's kind of like every man for themselves, and it ain't really nobody to really say, hey, you know, these are the people, you know what I mean? Like these are it's no central figure anymore, really. You know, everybody's their own man.
You know, I think that's because you know, I backed up from music for a while. I took a huge break from music, you know, because I spent a lot of money, man, between lawsuits with Sony and you know, and balancing out other things, man, that we had. It just, you know, I took a break from it, man. I just got tired of lawsuits. You know what I mean? But I think the OGs of H-Time, which was me, Jay, you know, I think we just kind of branched a little bit to something else. You know, we still got that, you know, but at the same time, man, you know, we just learned how to make a dollar in different other businesses. You know, I like me, I don't give so much time to this music no more, you know what I mean? You know, I consult, I open studios up for them, but man, just to say, okay, let's run a full-fledged label, that ain't really been on my mind. You know what I mean? Because I've done it, I did that, man.
So at the highest level, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I did that for so many years, bro. And I look at where I am now, man, and you know, I got less headaches. You know what I mean? I could spend my money on myself, my kids, my grandkids, man. You know, and you know, it kind of sometimes it kind of give you a bitter taste, man, to where you just don't want to spend your money like that no more. You know, I want to be able to leave something behind, besides leaving it to the rappers. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, I'm here for them if they need a little knowledge, but I ain't the cat to go out there and run full-fledged with a label for you. You know, I work with a couple of guys, man. You know, I work with Kilo Santana. I work with Young Martez now. You know, but me myself, I'm more laid back now. I'm more or less like, let me watch it. Let me watch it from here. Yeah, I ain't got to be in the game. I ain't got to be in the game. I got to be in the game, man, to make my money. Let me watch it from right here. Yeah, that's a lot of wear and tear on your body, man, and on your mind. So I'm just learning to multiply mine, man. Shit, you know, make a little here music. Let the trucking game make some. Let the construction game make some. Sucker Free Home make some. And before you know this, it's vacation time. 2 or 3 more months. Stress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right.
Yeah, nah, you for sure. Because every time I talk to you, man, I'm running through the airport, man. Yeah, I'm over here. Like you just sound like right now you really just living your life the way you want to live it. You know?
Well, Donnie, man, I say this: I have gave so much to to the music industry. I've gave so much, man, to for helping and trying to mold careers. You know what I mean? And I'm happy and I'm comfortable in my life right now. You know, to per se that I know what my legacy was and I know what I've done. You know, and I don't have to look over my back. You know, I don't have to be scared to go here and here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm the type of cat that I still get 120 points on respect everywhere I go. You know, my name speaks for itself, and I'm just that straight up guy. And I just live my life like that. You know what I mean? So, shit, at 62 years old, man, I'm like, Pac, what else they want from a nigga? What else they want from a nigga? I gave you every goddamn. Go on, man. What else they want from me? So, you know, I still get a bunch of phone calls, man. I still give them a little knowledge. You know, I still send them to little accesses and let them know who some of the main hitters is they need to see, and you know, to send me singles, ask me what I think about it. You know, I'm still in it, but not in it. I would say that.
Yeah. Man, talk about what was the transition from Sucka Free Entertainment to Sucka Free Records?
Well, the transition from that was, man, we was just on the highway, man, pushing BAM and hustling like crazy, man. And we was just, you know, we was just boys in the hood trying to get it the way we live. But at the same time, what happened is once we started putting like C-No, Big Mellow, them, we started putting them on the shows.
So they on the BAM shows and on the faculty shows?
Yeah, well, they on some of these Sucka Free shows we doing now.
Gotcha.
You know, and what happened is that the fact I seen Lil Flip, you know, and I seen them doing something a normal kid wasn't supposed to be doing, you know, and I just asked questions about him, saying, man, you know, who's this little kid, man, you know?
You said a normal thing kids ain't supposed to be doing, like hustle street shit, or just like?
Well, you know, it's to the point to where, you know, if you're a BG, you're a BG. You know, some things OGs ain't gonna do. That's why we got BG. So, you know, we ain't gonna put it out there, but at the same time, I put them to the side, told them I wasn't cool with that, with what you're doing. I know your peoples, you know, so, you know, by us having so many shows and I had pulled Flip closer to me because, you know, I had to let him know who I am to him.
Because you have been knowing this old man.
Yeah, me and your daddy best friends, man. Don't never let me see you doing that no more. You know, your grandmama is like my mama. You know what I mean? So anytime you go into my concerts, I don't care who you riding with, you get in this car here with me. So at the same time, man, you know, Flip really wanted to be a rapper back then. And, you know, all I had was an entertainment company. I was just throwing shows, Houston, everywhere.
You was a show promoter, basically.
Yeah, that's all I was. So at the same time, you know, I talked to C-Note about it. I said, Note, listen, man, why don't y'all do something with the little cat, man? You know, I think he got something. You know, I got the entertainment company. You know, I just keep you on stage, you know, get y'all paid or something like that. You know, but I ain't got no record label. Why don't y'all do something with the little dude? So, you know, them say, yeah, okay, we'll do something with him. You know, that's all BG. You know, we got him.
Had Diamonds in Your Face already been out, or Flip? No, this was before that. Flip was he was in the crew just hanging.
Yeah, well, nothing out back then. So at the same time, Flip didn't even have a record back then. Yeah, he was just around. Yeah, he was just around. He was just with the BGs. He was just a BG with the Botany Boys, you know what I mean? So, you know, once I talked to Note said, okay, Hump, we'll do something with him. And, you know, they did a song or two with the man. And And you know, I was still giving shows and concerts, and Flip was in the car, and he was really looking forward to performing. You know, and it just got to a point to where some shows he went to, he didn't get a chance to perform. You know, he there, he ready. You know, he think he finna go on stage, but you know how some of these shows is, man. You know,
you might not get the turn.
Say, and go to the next song, man. Hold on, man. You know, cause Botany crunk right now. Botany on fire. So wait a minute, man. Let me give you this for, and you only get so much time on stage. And at that same time, you know, I think Flip was kind of too young to understood that it was only a certain amount of time that they could get before they had to come out.
So he was taking it more like a personal thing, like, man, they overlooking me, this type of thing.
Bingo. So little brother came to me like, man, I don't know why they keep doing me like this, Hump. And I was telling him, say, bro, listen, it's bigger than just you with this. You know, these boys here hot right now. You know, and these boys trying to, all the time they got, they trying to put what they can in their fans' ears. So they don't mean, they not trying to just overlook, it's just time expiring. But he was too young to understood that, man, and it started hitting hard. So, you know, I talked to Note about it. Note, yeah, we got him, man, you know, man, we just didn't have enough time, such and such. I understood it. But what ended up happening, we had another show, and this show was right here off of 610 and Wayside. I forgot the name of that place over there. But we had to do another show over there, and Note never promised that the man was going to perform. And the same thing happened that show too. So, you know, after the show was over, you know, he had rode with me. So after the show was over, I'm taking care of everything. I'm taking care of getting everybody's situation, paying everybody. And now I'm getting ready to go. And me and my crew, we looking for him, and he ain't nowhere to be found. So we look high and low for him, and by the time I get ready to go and get in the truck, my truck was unlocked. He in the back seat crying his heart out. You know, I mean, I think that last show is really what broke his heart. And when I seen that, man, and I told him, I said, little bro, listen, man, listen. He said, man, I done did songs, I done did this, I done did this. I said, man, listen, just think about what's going on with you right now. All right, you riding somebody else's wave. You know, it's their time right now. We just asking them to put you on stage. But if you really got this in heart, you show me you got this in heart, and I open up a record label, and I do this for you. But at the same time, you're gonna have to give me 100%, 100% of you, for me to change from entertainment to a record label.
And it's all out the strength of your relationship with this old man. And just wanting to look out for him, make sure you're good.
I didn't need no record label. I was making plenty of money. I was already comfortable. You know, I was satisfied with doing shows, man, making money, and everybody go home, we all good. But I ended up opening a label for him because I seen his heart was really broke, man. And what I did to him is, you know, I told him, I said, man, listen, I'm gonna end up building us some studios. Let me get some things in line, you know. Then me and Note talked about it. I told Note how messed up he was about it, you know. Note saying, oh, man, I got next time, man, we gonna put that man on stage. And I think that next show, I think it was that show that they had recorded Diamonds in Your Face and all that. So that
now he got a name and starting to build up.
What happened was he was waiting to go on stage in that Hawfines show we had at Hawfines. Nope, let him came out there and they did Diamonds in the Face, man. And at that time, that just blew his mind, you know, because everybody was waiting on him to perform anyway, you know, because he was a high school guy, man. He was bringing high school kids, you know, everybody's coming to the show at that time because we had our own Southside era going on back then. You know, we had Hog Pad. We had.
Southside was live.
Yeah. You know, Southside still holding, man. Yeah, Southside was something else to deal with, bro. 'Cause you had too many. I'm talking about too many cold-blooded rappers, man. Spitters, man. I'm talking about, man. It was just remarkable, man, just to see a show like that. And it's crazy because all of them was with the screwed up clique, man. You know, like, and DJ Screw, man, I give my hats off to him, man. He's legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Legendary. Yeah, but you know, I ended up opening a label for him. And once we opened the label, man, we just started rocking and rolling. You know, I put everybody in place, and all the guys, man, that I used to have to go out there and pay to run my radio commercials, and the guys that we was already throwing shows with at the club. I just put all that in the respect up under the label now. Okay, it ain't the entertainment company no more. I got artists. Yeah, but I still need you on my team, man. Yeah, you know, I still got you on my payroll. What I need you to do is break this record for me in your area. So this is why we took off so fast, and this is why we never was at home, because we had already had the connections.
Relationships was already in place.
Relationship was already out there, man. You know, they was already on our payroll eating with us. So once I turned it over to a record label, and we started promoting the record, and we started putting little gimmicks and tricks out there to give away, you know, it just took off. You know, it took off like crazy. So, you know, it got to the point to where it was easy for us to take over our region. You know, while everybody else was trying to be the number one in Houston, I didn't care about Houston, because I figured out a long time ago, man, Houston ain't enough money in Houston for me, the label, the rappers, man. This ain't.
You gonna need more than Houston to really.
Man, I don't care about a Houston show. You know what I mean? Because I can wake up tomorrow night and stand on stage in front of these folks, if that's what this is all about. I'm trying to get to the bag. So to get to this bag, man, let's go take over our region where we got multiple concerts coming in, multiple dollars coming in. And it got to the point, man, that we got to the point that we was booked up 6 months in advance. Down to 6 months in advance.
But y'all had already, because I distinctly remember Leprechaun, I Can Do That, like, on the radio, like, it was one of the fastest things. Like, we went from listening to it to like, oh wait, this on the radio, and it's always on the radio. Like, that was just a trip, bro. That had that upper hand, like, it was clear. You know what I mean?
Well, Donnie, you know, part of that upper hand came with business decisions. You know, at the same time, like, you know, Flip was a kid, man. He was a rapper. That's all he wanted to be, you know. All he wanted to do is sit in the studio all day long, man, smoke him a couple of blunts and drink him some syrup and eat at Miss Betty's. And he was good. That's 24/7. You know, at the same time, on the business side of this, man, you know, it came from relationships that turned this record on. You know, and in reality, didn't nobody really know Flip from Adam. You know, he just came.
He came out of nowhere.
He came out of nowhere. But what happened is, I put the key players on my team that I needed to make it work. You know, shouts out to one of my other big brothers, man. Shout out to Lester Pace, man.
Oh, Sir Lester Pace, legend,
Yeah, you know, you just got to put some you just have to have the right chemistry and the right key players in place to make a movement. You know, sometimes when you're trying to do it by yourself, man, you can sit there and spend so much money and still don't get the results that you're looking for.
Spend in the wrong place.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And here you've been standing next to the man for 3 weeks and ain't open your mouth. You have to study the industry and realize who's in place to give you what you need. You know, once you realize who's the key players is, and you break bread, man, and y'all become boys, like you know, the business get to be a lot easier. You know, matter of fact, I'm gonna give you this story. I've been working radio for the longest because I had the relationship with the radio station, because I was down there when I had Sucka Free Entertainment, spending my own bread at the radio station, running my own commercials for my own show at this club. So at the same time, while I'm spending my own bread, that gave me the relationships with the PDs, you know what I'm saying, and the music directors. When we opened the record label, I still had those same relationships. So what we did is I look over the whole region, man, and I look at where all my relationships at, and I look at who would play my record, and I look at where I wouldn't get my record played at. And I'm not gonna lie, man, you know, Houston was back then one of the hardest places to get your record played. You know what I mean? So it was some tricks come out the bag just to get Houston to play that record, and to spin it as many times as they did.
Yeah, because they got behind that record.
Yeah. That's because relationships and bread turned out to do that on.
How much money would you say it took to get just that part going?
Yeah, man, you know.
More than 100,000, less than 100,000.
You speaking of one city, or you speaking of like the region? Or
let's just say like in Houston to get everything together.
You know, to be honest with you, man, you know, it's not even supposed to be chunked out there like that. You know, just there's respect for my fellow brothers, you know. Right. But at the same time, you're gonna spend a little bread, man, to make things happen for you. You know, I don't want to put a number on it, man, because everybody going through the same thing, and then people can take what you saying and use it as a stepping stone to say, well, this is what you used to do. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna put no numbers out there, man. I just say this, that.
Have your money right.
Have your money right, and y'all realize, man, everybody in the industry got to eat with you. If you don't know how to let money circulate, that's probably why you're still in the same place y'all in right now.
That's some OG talk right there.
That's real talk.
Man, talk about, because even before the Flip thing, tell me about building a label, because y'all had the HSC project came out first, right? Right,
yeah.
So talk about that, you know, Red and, you know, all the guys y'all.
Man, what I did when Flip, what I did is when Flip wanted to be a rapper, man, and I said, okay, we opened up the label. I told Flip, listen, this is a dirty industry. You're young, you're still in school, man, you ain't even 18 yet. So, man, I cannot see you going up on stage one deep in all these different markets, because you know when you get to some of these markets, man,
they're gonna test you.
Yeah, you got to have protection. You know, it's you might have a good night at this club, but they like chunk some on stage that night. It might be a fight this night. So look, man, I don't want you to be a solo rapper right now, but I'm gonna give you that. But right now, what I want you to do, and I'm gonna let you do it, cause I ain't no rapper. I'm gonna let you do it. You go build me a group. Find me somebody, and let's build a group. And that's what he did. You know, Flip was going to Word, and Young Red was going to Word, and AP was going to Word. You know, we had Boss Hogg. I think Boss Hogg had just graduated. But you know, Flip brought him to me, say, you know, but Flip brought a lot of people to me. But it was just the ones that...
Them the ones that stuck.
Yeah, them the ones I want right there. No, I ain't with all that, Flip. I don't want that. Okay, but the Red and AP, you know, and what they did is they had that mentality and that heart that they really wanted this, man. And, you know, we used to be up all day and all night, man, just just writing songs and rehearsing and doing things, man. And what the boys is, they trained each other to rap different. That's what made HSC something that everybody wanted to listen to, because we didn't have the same metaphor of playing with the same kind of words and riding the track the same way. You know, you had Flip. He was, back then, you know, Flip was a nursery rhyme rapper back then, but it made sense. You know, you had AP. He was a slasher, cutting balls up and coming back. Red, Red was just a fly rapper that his metaphors was so street that everybody picked up on him quick, you know. So it, you know, by everybody being from the South Side, you know, that gave us Cloverland, Hillwood, that gave us Sunnyside, that gave us everything, man. And you know, they worked so hard together, man, to where they became like brothers. You know, you won't see one without the other one. And once we did HSC, you know, they man, you got to get on there, man. I don't know rapper, man. I'm trying to handle the business. I got 10 phone calls in here, man. Email gun, man. I'm going crazy right now. But you know, I give him a song or two, man. It's something simple, you know. But at the same time, I was more or less the protection for on stage performing. They wanted me on stage, and I think they more or less wanted me on stage because they seen everywhere we go, all the people had so much love for me. But that's because of years of relationships. You know what I mean? That's just
their first time coming to the city, but you been coming to the
right.
city.
I've been coming to the city, so they overwhelmed like I'm just a big OG now. Yeah, but that's because, man, look, man, that's how you build families, and that's what we did. So, you know, I give them a song or two an album, man, but I really wasn't trying to be no rapper. But HSC did good, man. I think that was my first record I ever put out. I think HSC sold about 60.
And y'all going through Robert Gilliam?
Yeah, we're going through Robert over there at Southwest, man. Yeah, Rob, he was happy with that. We sold about 60,000, but I was messed up in the head, man, because see, this is my first record I had put out, and some of my big homies had told me, man, look, boy, you sell 100,000, boy, you millionaires. Y'all boys millionaires. So, you know, my first record did about 60, and I was like, man, you know what I mean? Get back to this grinding, man. Then we come back and we did the Leprechaun album, but what we did, I started putting tricks in my packages, you know what I mean? Started saying, well, I tell you what, you know, Robert, you was paying everybody $8 and all this here for CD. But I'm finna give you a double CD. I did that because I knew Flip was in demand right now. I knew HSC was in demand. So, okay, well, like I said, I'm a hustler. Let's get to some more dollars. This $8 didn't do it this time. So
double up.
Yeah, we're gonna double up. We're gonna give you a double CD, man. And when we did it, you know, I think I was good about 15, something like that. We dropped that double CD on the balls, you know. But at the same time, what I liked about my label is the fact that, you know, HSC is still on the Leprechaun album. You know, Flip, you know, they just kept a tight crew with this, you know. At the same time, we started putting other features on that was family to us. And before we knew it, man, we had sold 178,000 units of the Leprechaun at a double CD.
How long did it take y'all to move that 178?
Well, you know, it took about, I think when we first dropped, I did like 50,000 right quick when we first dropped. So over the couple of years, man, and it's still selling to this day.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest,
I still put Leprechaun out.
Man, listen, man. To be honest with you, that's still the hottest thing little brother got right now. Is the Leprechaun. And that's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, hats off to him, man. You know, he's doing well, but Leprechaun still one of the hottest things selling for him still right now.
Yeah. Talk about okay, we touched on it a little bit. Talk about that H-Town Mob, that Hustle Town Mob movie, man.
The movie?
Yeah, the movie, man. Because HSC was in there. Flip was like the star character, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we was in there. You know, that come from little brother Troy, man. You know, Troy that was that want to be a baller.
That era.
That was that era, want to be a baller, man. And Troy was like, Hump, I got to shoot a movie, man. I want Flip in the movie. I want this, man. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. And I think what happened is I was out of town and Flip and them was at home. And Flip and them was showing up to the shoot. And I called him once I got back in town, and I think that was the last day they get ready to shoot when I showed up. So when I showed up, Troy was like, man, where you been? I said, man, bro, you know, I got to go work. Bro. He's like, man, I need you in the movie. Man, I don't want to let them youngsters have that, Troy. I'm good. Man, y'all ain't gonna get me. Say, man, listen, come on, bro. My mind ain't on no movies. I just got home, man.
Trying to get it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about everything that I got on tape. I got to work with the night and in the morning. But I told Troy, I said, man, let me get in. I don't want no big part of none, Troy. I just go here with the band. Troy said, man, you gonna be a part of the band? I said, Troy, I'm good. You want me in the movie, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, ain't no big. I ain't trying to be no star. Shit. I'm hustling behind walls, my nigga.
Yeah, I don't need to be the last place I need to be is in the movie right now.
Yeah. I'm hustling behind walls, bro. I'm gonna give you some, but it ain't gonna be what you're looking for. But I gave you me, bro. So we sit back, we laugh about that right now. Oh man, look you, bro. People try to tell me, man, look you a guitar player. Yeah, man. You know them was good times, man. Good memories, bro. It's good that we can even be here to laugh about it, me and Troy. Yeah.
Man, it was that gumbo, man. Y'all had you got HSC, you got the movie going, you got talk about the Freestyle King award and how that whole thing came about.
Yeah.
Because that was a big thing. Flip, diamonds in your face, Freestyle King. I can do that. All this was just this one big, just gumbo of like success that you couldn't really deny. Yeah.
Well, I think it came at the right time, man. I mean, we was moving, and I think we, besides Face, man, we had became one of the biggest. Flip had became one of the biggest rappers, here, because we didn't have too many artists here in Houston that was in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Jackson, Mississippi, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Memphis. Houston had a star that was in other cities and states that people used to call back and brag on. And I think what happened is, in the mix of Flip album dropping, the mix of Freestyle King, the mix of the movie, I think it all came at the right time, because what we try to lay down a blueprint to where, man, we don't never want to stop moving.
I always got something going.
Yeah, right. I always got something going. I remember plenty of times. Little brother Philip used to tell me, man, I'm tired, man. I tell him, man, you can't be tired of chasing money. You see that calendar, man? You got 17 more shows this month. Can't be tired. But see, it got to the point that we just came in demand, man, and we was booked up like, man, we was doing Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We booked up 4 days a week, man, for 6 months in advance. And it's crazy. That's real.
At that point, is the money starting to even out for you from what you were investing?
Yeah. At that time, everybody getting money. Everybody happy. Boys buying cars, jewelry, buying anything they want to buy for their moms. Everybody all right. You know what I'm saying? So it started paying off. It just took a machine to make it work. You know what I mean? You have to have the right people in places, and you got to have people that you really can trust on your team and in your camp and places, man. Because I had plenty of people want to come over to the label and sit down and key and bring flowers and stuff for the girls, candies, and before you know, you looking at them, I want to know who our connection is here, how we got here, who's holding us down here, and I just had to cut a lot of that out, because in my mindset, man, it can't be but one number one and one number two. If I give you all the game, where that's gonna leave us? Mm-hmm. So at the same time, we just made sure that what ran us was all family, and we know no leaks, nothing was going anywhere. And, that's how we stayed running for so long, man. That's how we stayed above the rest of the Houston area at that time, because it was just connections we had, relationships, money, that we had. And at the same time, I had been out there for 10, 15 years with relationships for them.
Talk about the decision to give, Screw that award. You know what I mean? You were telling me kind of off air, how y'all just had a decision of like, man, we need to do this for Screw. This is the right time.
Right. Well, Screw, man, Screw was one of the guys, man, that you would never ever in life forget. Even if he wasn't a DJ, he was just that mild-mannered person, man, and had a good soul. That's just who he was. Screw and Flip had begun to get close, and Flip's lived with me, when Flip used to come on and tell me some of the stories about Screw and the reason Screw calling him over down, what he going through, and the conversation came up to where, Screw was just kind of wasn't at ease with some of the things that some of the guys in the clique was doing, and that comes from, Screw, he's a DJ, and he used to chop Screw stuff down, but he was using wax at that time. Everybody was on a bunch of wax because that's what they was playing. Then the era changed when everybody started going to CDs. But Screw was still chopping the screw on wax. But I think Screw couldn't do it with wax, with CDs, because, that was his profession, wax. And watching them start learning it and doing it with wax. And, some guys out the clique will go over there and, the album getting ready to come out, and they want the album version, then they want the chopped and screwed version, then they Watts was the next man in line that was doing that. So they let Watts do it, Ron C. And at the same time, they have chopped by Ron C or chopped by Watts, but they still brand screwed up click, and Screw's kind of at ease with that a little bit, man. And Flip was telling me about it, and Flip started telling me a couple other things, and at that time, man, like Screw his feelings and his momentum was down. He just wasn't himself, man. But I understood what Screw had did for the city, and I understood what Screw had did for a lot of these rappers out here. So, right now, Screw, we the biggest artist and label you got running with you right now. This how I looked at it. Man, Hawk was coming up. Hawk was a monster. Now, don't get me wrong, Big Brother was something else. But at that time, wasn't nobody really selling records and taking over the region like we were. So I told Flip, listen, what we need to do is we need to do something for him, man, to uplift his morale and his self-esteem, man, about who he is. We got a big old show getting ready to come up. I say, I want to give him a plaque. Let's give him a plaque. Best DJ in the world. So I had my sister call and order him a plaque. Screw didn't even know he was getting it. So, all Screwed Up clique was at that night, man. And I don't know. I think we was at Just Joking or somewhere. You know, everybody was there, man, and Screw was there. You know, me and Flip called him on stage, man, because he was already on stage, standing on the side. We called him up, man, and I just really wanted him to know that, man, Screw, man, I appreciate you for what you did and what you're doing, because without the culture and your experience and what you bring to the music industry in Houston, a lot of us wouldn't be here. You know what I'm saying? And I just wanted him to know that came from our heart. This just ain't nothing we giving you, man. We giving you this because you earned it.
This means something.
Yeah, you earned that. And, you know, no matter what you're going through, you got a label here, man, that no matter when you call us, we gonna be there for you. And, you know, that's how we gave it to him. You know, that's how we did that. And, you know, it was funny, man, because, you know, I seen once we hugged him, man. He's like he didn't want to let us go. Yeah, like, man, look, man, I love y'all boys. Yeah, man, we love you too, little bro, for real. But, you know, he ended up surprising us too, because I think me and Flip had just come off the road and we was getting ready to make the Screwed Up Click party or something they was having, man. And we made it just in time, man. And once we came and now, man, they was partying and everybody was doing their thing, and Screw got on the mic, and, man, Screw called me and Flip to the stage, and he returned that and gave us a plaque. And he gave us a plaque. He inducted Sucka friend, the Screwed Up Click, and Lil Flip. Boy, what I do is I'm send you a picture of it, man, so you can have it and you can see it, man, so you can know this for real. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that came from Screw, because it used to be a bunch of conflicting stories, like what a label gave it to Screw to present to Flip. Screw was the one who gave y'all that plaque. Y'all had no knowing.
Man, we didn't know nothing about Screw was giving us no plaque, man. Matter of fact, I don't even think we wasn't even gonna make the show because we was running so late. We didn't know. We was just trying to get there because we knew this was a Screw thing. All the family was gonna be there, and we had been gone for a while. But yeah, when we pulled up, man, and we in there, you know, everybody got to perform. We sitting there enjoying ourselves, man, with all the family on stage, and before you knew it, you know, Screw got the mic and was talking, and he called us to the front, and he gave us a plaque. You know, a lot of people get this misunderstood. A lot of people be saying because we gave Screw a plaque, Screw gave us one. But I'm gonna clear the whole air. Screw didn't know he was getting no plaque from us. That just was at my heart of what I've seen him going through. I just wanted him to raise his morale up, man, and understand.
Feel appreciated.
Yeah, feel appreciated, and let you know we appreciate you for all that work you did, because without you, a lot of us wouldn't be on stage. We wasn't expecting nothing back. I wasn't expected to be my label to be inducted in the Screwed Up Click. That ain't why I did that. I did that because my youngsters love you, man, and the rest of these boys do too, man. I studied this industry, man. I've been watching you, man, and yeah, you done put all these boys on. Yeah, that's why I'm giving you a plaque. You ain't got nothing reason to hold your head down, my nigga. This shit here's for you. You deserve this. That's why I gave it to him, me and Flip. But for him to surprise us and say, yeah, here y'all one back. Man, come on, man.
And then for him to say Flip the Freestyle King, that was such a big deal, because it was like, damn.
Man, it was crazy, man, because back then, man, you had so many cold-blooded, man, listen,
that's what I'm saying.
Man.
All the people had to come through, and then here comes this kid, you know what I'm saying, who was wrecking in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, you could not touch Flip at that time.
Man, listen, man, it's crazy, man, because, man, I used to see them boys used to go at it all day long at my house, man. That's what the studios were. Flipping the ESG and all of them. He one of the coldest too I ever seen done it. You hear me?
Yeah, he another one just on the spot, anytime,
Yeah,
wherever.
man, listen, man. Hats off to my boy ESG, man. Look, big brother, love you, man. I don't care what we've been through or what's going on, man. You in my heart, boy. I love you, and I hope everything's okay with you, man. I hope you're feeling better, man, and long live life for you, my brother. Yeah, long live life for you. But yeah, he was one of the coldest ever done it, man. We used to sit around the pool table, man. Them boys used to go at it, eat chicken, order some more food, go at it, put on another track, man. Yeah. They, you know, it's like it was like training a fighter. You know what I mean? It was like Flip. You had something. You had your own thing, but
now we finna put you in here with these
freestyling
boys.
against all these boys here. You know, it sharpened your game up and gave you that much knowledge, man. You know, even just sitting down and writing, man. I remember when they sit down and wrote that song "By the Car, by the Hour."
Man, talk about that. That's one of my favorite ESG songs. About the car, about the block, about the boat, about the dock, sitting sideways. That I about the truck still gonna pop. Yeah, I can still rap that shit.
Yeah, real shit too, bro. Real shit. That's real shit, man.
So you was there when they was putting that record together?
Man, look, they made it right there sitting at the house, man, on the pool table. Made it sitting right there. Yeah.
That's so many classic moments, bro. God damn.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. Ain't number of memories, man, of a good legacy, man.
Yeah, man. Talk about, because you know, Flip eventually kind of, now he just really elevating. You know, what made the label start calling, and then what was the decision? Because I thought it was a point to where like Flip was gonna do the Def Jam South with Scarface, so he had an interest in him, and then he ended up going with Sony. Like, what was that whole deal?
Yeah, man. It's you know, it was, you know, Scarface, my little brother, man. Don't get me wrong, man. Me and Face done did so much, man, and still do so much every time we get together, man. It's just real OG love out the same hood, man. And you know, at that time we had HSC. At that time I had just put the Leprechaun out. But where I'm from and where I come, no man gonna be left behind. You know what I mean? It's like we
came in here together.
We gonna end this thing together. So at the same time, I was watching the industry, and I was watching how the majors was moving. Majors, y'all was trying to take the top artists out the group, and still make the group work harder to get back to the majors. But I wasn't having that, because in my eyesight, Young Red was cold as Flip. AP was cold. You hear me? So at the same time, as a CEO, man, I got these teenagers' careers in the palm of my hands, man. So it's like, to balance this off is not to give Flip away and make Red and AP and Frank go work hard to get what Flip at. I'm looking at, what do I need you for? What I need the majors for? I say that because, man, I'm already working my own radio. He on all the stations across the region. Man, we dropping mixtapes every week. We already got a distribution through Hastings, Sam Good's, Best Buy, and everybody. That's just on mixtapes. That ain't even the album. So we making money off the albums. We making money off the mixtapes. I'm working our own radio. We got our own street team, and I bought our own tour bus.
Yeah, everything was basically in place.
So, I mean, what I need you for? That's why I turned down everybody. You know, Face my partner, man. You know, I knew Face had just did Def Jam South. You know, and I knew at that time, by just not being open, I'm looking at the dollar figure. Face, you really ain't got enough zeros to work with. Shit, I made this independent. So, you know, Face really wanted us because we from Houston and we out the neighborhood, and he in Atlanta, you know what I mean? He really wanted us. And I remember he called me, he said, hey, bro, man, I got to do this interview, man. Man, you gonna sign with me or not? I said, bro, look, man, I don't even want to go through this right now, man, because I already told you, man, it ain't no zero right now. He said, man, come on, Hump, I'm going to work this out. So we'll see if you can work it out. Well, man, can I tell you folks, man, you done sign with, you going to sign with us? I say, you can tell them we may sign with you if we work this out. So, Face, he had the interview, man, and told him he was thinking about signing us, but, at that time, Def Jam didn't give Face enough money to work with over at Def Jam South.
It was a new thing for him, you know, so that was just
it was something new for him, and it was something new for Def Jam expanding to Def Jam South, and they was trying to get artists for little or nothing. But as a CEO of my label, man, y'all ain't doing nothing for me that we ain't doing. Only thing we ain't doing right now is shooting our own videos, doing our own videos. Everything else we doing. You follow me? We are selling y'all. We got our own tour bus. We got our own we got 2-3 distribution companies. We make so much money, it was crazy. It didn't make sense for us to just sign with Def Jam because they was Def Jam. So we ended up turning down, I turned down everybody, Atlantic. I turned down, we turned down so many labels. But the reason I signed with Sony is because I didn't sign directly to Sony. I signed directly through Sony through Loud Records, if that makes sense. I signed through Loud to get to Sony.
Was it Steve Rifkin?
Yeah, see, me and Steve boys. And the reason I signed with Steve was because I looked at Loud, and Loud had the same mentality that I had. Everywhere you went, man, you saw Loud promotions. You saw the headphone with the card hanging. Steve and them wasn't playing back then. Steve and them was a man back then. So I told Steve, when Steve called me with it, he said, I'm gonna send the A&R down there, Hump, to talk to you. He said, I don't care what it is you want, I'm gonna make it happen. So when I think her name Urena, when she came down here, man, we sit down and ate at Papa Do's, and I told her, I said, listen, I'm gonna tell you before we even sit down and talk about this, I'm gonna tell you like I told everybody else. She said, Hump, I already know you don't want an artist deal. You want a whole label deal. That's the only way I'm gonna rock with y'all. I got these boys' careers to look after, you know what I mean? I got to take care of these boys here. So when she got back, Steve called me. He said, man, I want to fly you to New York, man. I'm going to give you just what you're asking for. So I'm going to give you a label deal. So Steve, that'll work. So I flew my lawyers down there, me, Flip Red, all those went down there, man. We sit down there and we inked the deal. But after we inked the deal, a month later, Steve called me and told me Sony just dropped his label, but I'm going to be all right. We're going to be all right because they're going to pick you up directly, straight through Sony now. But that ain't why I signed with you to get to Sony. I signed with you because of the work ethic that I know you're going to put behind my music just like I'm putting behind this music. All we need is a distributor company. And I understood the game, and I understood the labels. Sony ain't no rap label.
Especially no Southern rap.
Yeah, Sony ain't got nothing coming out here from the Southern but Beyonce. They're more of a pop label. When I get to Sony, we got Nas had just left. They got Exhibit, and they got my other family, 3-6 Mafia over there. That's all they got. So I'm just like, man, come on, what this? But Sony, y'all thought y'all was so slick to where y'all done did y'all homework on us. Oh man, y'all see every big chain store, man, y'all got racks and racks of Lil Flip, man. Y'all, who distributing that? We are. Oh man, y'all got so much radio play out here, man. Who's working radio? We are. You know what I mean? So Sony, y'all got to the point that y'all got rid of Steve Rifkin and was offering me to move to New York to help y'all work y'all projects. But I turned y'all down because I really didn't like New York at that time. Man, you got to walk everywhere you go.
Be cold and
man, be cold and it be dirty in the city sometimes, man. You know what I mean? You don't know who's who, and man, I'm not living like that, man. I'm living like trees back down here in Texas, baby.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't do it. So you know, it got to the point to where, you know, that Sony was giving me records and trying to want me to help them get some radio play down here in the South. You know,
what kind of records were they giving you to try to move?
Man, they gave me an exhibit record to help them out with, and also they gave me a 3-6 Mafia record. You know, 3-6.
So you really went over there, really an executive, even in today's system.
That's what they wanted me to do,
Yeah.
but I'm not. That ain't what I'm trying to do.
He was committed to Sucka Free.
Man, listen, I'm trying to get my own label up off the ground, man. I'm trying to use y'all, and y'all look like y'all trying to use us. You know what I mean? So I look at it as, okay, well, I tell you what, let's see what y'all do for us first. You know, I don't mind helping you. 3-6, my family. I do that just because of a phone call from Paul or Juicy J, you know. But other than that, I'm not finna be working all these other little records for y'all for a budget, because I understand the game. If I'm trying to be number one in my own market and I'm working records for y'all and we in competition with y'all got more money than I do. Y'all gonna put more money behind the record than knock Flip out the game. Mm-hmm. So I'm not finna give y'all that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sit back and see what you're gonna do for Flip first and Sucka Free. You know, if I commit on anything. But you know, it just got to the point to where, man, they moved me down there for like 2.5 months. And I just told them I couldn't do it. Man, I can't do it. I'm going back to Houston, man.
Had y'all already had the Underground Legend going and just the way you bought it? This was before all that.
Yeah, we had just gave them the new record. That's what when we signed to them. That's the album we gave. We gave them the Underground Legend. This is the way we bought. And while they working that record and see, while we was working that record, and while I pulled out of New York messing with these folks, I'm trying to get my own label together. And what I did, see, we got an in-house machine. We ran our own distribution, we run our own radio, we book our own shows, man. We was doing everything in-house. But by me signing to a pop label, it made me want to see what kind of machine they gonna put behind us. So when we got ready to drop the Underground Legend, I told the whole office, everybody, turn everything off. Don't reach out to nobody about nothing. Let me see what this label gonna do for us. And what they did, man, is they put us on tour. Right? We went on a radio tour, and the album is getting ready to drop in about a month's time. Man, do you know we was at 30,000 sales? And I'm signing with the majors. I'm with Sony. You know, y'all supposed to be
right. We supposed to be on the way to platinum type
this
shit.
This ain't even nothing I'm supposed to be thinking about. You know, how my sales looking.
Had the video already been out and all that?
Video coming out and everything. Now, if I sold 178,000 records independent, and I signed with the majors, man, and the record getting ready to drop the next month, and I'm only at 30,000,
this shit ain't adding up.
40,000. Yeah. Let me show you what I did to them. They had us on the West Coast radio tour. They had us going through San Francisco and the Bay and all of them areas, man. And I just started peeping all the game, man, that was going on. You know what I'm saying? This is my first time with the majors, but I'm peeping how y'all do y'all meet and greet radio. You know, you're gonna set the table out for them real nice. You give them what they want to eat, all the drinks and all that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm understanding and I'm knowing is that every piece of pizza that you eat, I know I'm paying for. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I noticed everywhere y'all take me in on the West Coast, different cities, y'all have a table laid out. And they folks eating up everything they want. So I just got to the point to where I had to tell my A&R, I said, man, listen, is these people playing my record? No, Hump, they ain't playing the record right now. We trying to get introduced to record and get them to know the artist. I say, okay. I said, but you know, this is my 5th stop, right? I done bought all these pieces and drinks and all this other stuff for these folks, man, and ain't nobody playing my record. I said, not right now. That the next stop, I think that's when I got fed up. I walked to the table and say, hey, I introduced myself to all the radio execs that was at the table, and everybody, DJs and everybody, and I asked each one of them, I said, man, y'all ever heard this, my artist, Lil Flip? No, we ain't heard them, man. So if y'all ain't heard them, I know right now y'all ain't playing the record. No, man, we ain't playing the record. I asked the whole table. And I told man, I said, hey, this record is dropping next month. I'm at 30,000 sales. I'm out of here. You can either ride with us or you can fly back to New York. We finna take the bus and I'm finna turn my machine on and we going back down south because I realized what y'all did to me. And what y'all did to me is y'all kept me out of my region for about 3 to 4 months. And y'all trying to pick up new sales in markets that we ain't been. But when you keep artists out their region is where majority of their sales is gonna come from. We ain't gave a down.
They didn't even touch the South.
Man, we ain't gave a down south show in about 3 months. So I told all the guys, say, man, listen, I'm not feeling this. Flip sick. Flip so sick, he mad. Man, I ain't that's all I done sold, man, that's all. I said, bro, don't even trip. I say, first of all, we turned our machine off. This is what we really want to see. So we called back to the office and say, man, look, y'all get back on the line. Y'all get my DJs, distributor companies. Terry, I want you to book me a tour coming up out of San Francisco. And we start booking it coming through Mexico all the way back across. Austin, San Antonio, all the way back across. And when we made it to Houston, that's when we got that plaque from Screw. We badly made it because, see, we was gone for so long. But when we made it back, we did Screw thing. Screw gave us that plaque. We kept going. We passed Houston, hit Lake Charles, Lafayette. We went all the way. And when I got to Alexander, Louisiana, I'd been noticing Sony been calling me for 5 days and 7 days. I went on the week. I wouldn't even answer the phone for them because I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah, y'all playing.
Yeah, y'all playing with me. So my office finally called me. My sister, she said, Dwayne, she said, you know, Sony say they've been trying their best to catch up with you. So I said, Terry, I cussed all of them out up there. I don't give a damn about no Sony. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got us looking like we can't sell no records. We bigger than this. We knew who we signed with, but we was trying to see what y'all work ethics was behind us as we y'all artists. But if this is what y'all giving us, man, I can do this by myself. Bro, so what we end up doing by the time we get down there to Alexander, when sister called me and she said they want to talk to you, I said, what they want to talk? She said, baby, the record just went gold. That's because we end up turning on our machine and everybody we know is using the stores, our resources and radio stations and everybody. Pre-sales went up like crazy. Like crazy. But see, I had to do something to Sony too. Sony, y'all, man, Sony was such a pop label. It was the fact that when I sign, I have 100% creative control over anything I turned into y'all. Y'all really just my distributor company. All right, but what we did is we've been dropping double CDs. So this time coming out with the majors, because I understood the game. When we was at the table, you tell me, Hump, listen, Yeah, I'll sell this many records. This is. You get this much more money. But if y'all reach this amount of records, y'all gonna get this much more money. So okay, well, shit, you talking to a street nigga? I don't care how I get there, as long as I get there. Yeah, we gonna cheat and everything to get where we gonna go.
Yeah.
I told Flip, look in, we gonna make this a double CD. So Flip recorded a double CD for us. So once we turned it in, show you what they did to us. We turned it in to them, and I had Sony audit it. So when they went and audited Sony about my music, they told Sony, this is certified as a double CD. Sony called me and asked me why did I have them audited. I told them because I want y'all to know what I turned in to y'all. Well, why you doing a double CD? Well, I'm doing the double CD because first of all, I got 100% creative control. I can put out what I want to put out. And second of all, it don't make no difference what I use to get to the bag, as long as I get to the bag.
Yeah, if I package it up as two when we get there,
you know what I mean?
hey,
Y'all
man.
done showed me these numbers. Yeah, we gonna get to that bag up there. Now, I ain't worried about the bag you're trying to give me. I want the one that you're offering me if I get to that number. Man, listen, once we did that, man, a week later, Sony called me back and tell me the album don't register for a double CD. Donnie, watch this. This cold blood now. This playing with the major. So I say, what you mean y'all just got audited, man? The people just came over there, y'all just listened to the whole thing. They just told you it was enough time on there. I know it's enough time on there, because I got a copy of it. I got what I sent you. She said, no, it ain't. I told them, I said, well, send me what you listening to. Donnie, do you know when they sent that record back down here to Houston, man, they had cut our music.
Well, then chopped it down.
They had cut our music short. So me and my lawyers, we at the table listening to both of them. Said, man, they didn't cut the music short. This why it ain't registered. So I ended up calling the guys again, the other people again, and they flew to Houston for us. So when they flew to Houston, we both listened to it. And he said, man, they did cut this music. He said, because when I was up there, he said this music wasn't cut off like that. Then he said he kept running through the computer. He said, let me see. He said, hold up. He said, you know what? They didn't cut it short enough. They didn't cut it short enough, man. It was by this.
Was it based on it was time limit thing?
See, so a lot of people don't know, man. The register for us double CD is about the time of the music. You know, so at that time, you know, they didn't cut it down enough. It was still about a couple of seconds or something. So I ended up calling them back, and they ended up telling me, well, we sorry. You know, we really didn't want you to put out a double CD. We really want to know what Flip was going to sell, you know, with his first album. Well, if that's the case, I really want to know what kind of promotions and money y'all was going to put behind Flip 2 for our first project. So, you know, you just got to study the industry, man, and study the majors, man, when you get ready to make that kind of move, man.
Hold on one second. We good too. I gotta get this real quick. What's the deal? You out there? Okay, bet. My guy finna come down. I'm still recording, but he finna come down and get you. No. It's all good. I'm just in the middle. Yeah, nah. I'm just in the middle of one, but he finna open the door right now. Bet. So, hey, E, stay downstairs with him too. Keep him downstairs while we doing this. Like in the conference room or some shit. Yeah, so.
Yeah, so, you know, like I say, for anybody that's signing with the majors, man, I just say know who you're signing with, man, and do your homework, man, and don't take no for an answer, and stay on top of your business about your music, about your paperwork, about how they handle your artists and what they're doing for your label, man, and just remember how hard you work for it, and y'all work to get to the majors, to let the majors just take you and do anything, handle you any kind of way, man. You know, all this is about morals and respect. And at the same time, man, if y'all already doing this y'all self, man, you know, only big thing is that the majors was doing that we weren't doing was shooting videos. And now you can get your video done for 3,000, little or nothing, 2,500, 15. You know, depends on what kind of clarity you want. You know what I mean?
And you know, even then, you know, once Flip got in though, you know, shit, it was out of there.
Yeah.
You know,
it was once Flip got in, man. I think we had just was dealing with the fact that Flip had just got shot.
I remember that. Yeah.
You know, we was at the MJ studio. I think we had just came in from a concert, and the guys wanted to go to MJ's. And, you know, by the time Flipping got there, hours passed. I'm just calling to check on the guys, and Flip was like, man, we ain't recorded nothing yet. Man, y'all been there 2-3 hours. He said, yeah. I said, well, MJ. He said, well, no, he in that sleep, bro. I said, sleep? So I told Flip, I said, let me call him. So when I called him, man, I didn't know his father had just passed. And he was like, nah, man, you know, I just come back from Louisiana home, man, my father just passed. So I'm just tired. I say, MJ, listen, don't trip. Let me get them guys from up there, man. Go on and get yourself together, get you some rest, man. And he's more or less like, no, Hump, I need somebody around me right now. You know, we finna start working. You know, I just needed some downtime, but I'm good. So you sure? He said, yeah. So, make a long story short, later on I went up there to the studio to check on him. True enough, MJ and them working, Flipping them in the studio, everything, man. And I tell the guys, well, look, man, I'm gone. Y'all good? Everybody good? So, yeah. So I had my bus driver with me, one of my good partners too, out the neighborhood. And, man, we had just left. And one of my other partners had followed us up there, and we was in 2 separate cars. So my partner, I'm getting ready to make a left on Cullen. My partner that's behind me, he called my phone. He said, I said, yeah. He said, man, you see them boys looking all in your car? The car was next to us, right? And I seen them looking and kept peeping, trying to see who in there. And I said, yeah, I see him. He said, man, I don't know what they're looking for. I said, me either, bro. I said, right now I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna shoot the whole door off the car. I said, I wish they would, man. He said, yeah, we just gonna watch them. So we ended up leaving, man. And by the time I made it home, I think I had about a 15-minute drive, man, to get home. I get a phone call from Flip, man. You know, he telling me, man, they shot me, Hump, they shot me, brother, please, man, don't let me die, man. Please don't let me die. And this just messed my head up. It's like, bro, wait a minute, what are you saying?
I just seen you.
Yeah, I just seen you. He said, Hump, they shot me, man. He said, man, they shooting at. I said, where you at? So when he told me where it was, I had some of my other partners, man, that stayed in that neighborhood. I called them because I was a little too far from them. I need somebody to get to them close. So by the time everybody got there, paramedics came, man, they ended up taking them to the hospital. You know, and
it was just a random. You think it was connected to the guys you seen?
Well, you know, you hear 2 or 3 different stories about it, man. You know, you hear about dude and some girl. Then you hear about somebody did a song with Flip, and Flip used some of the lyrics on our album. You just hear multiple stories of it, you know what I mean? But at that same time, we never got to the bottom of who did it. You know, it finally kind of surfaced a little bit. You know, after me and Flip broke up, you know, I started hearing a little something about it, you know. But you know, at that time, you know, that was then, you know, and this is now. So, you know, I'm just glad that it didn't really affect his health, man, and it didn't kill his career, man, because I know he would have been real crushed, because as hard as he was working and we was working to get him where he was, you know, that just been a real big downfall for us, you know. But yeah, he's doing good right now, as far as I understand with it. You know, he's still look healthy doing this thing.
Yeah,
So
Flip good.
Right.
So,
Look good now.
yeah, man. Talk about cause I mean after I do that, cause I was just talking to my boy and I was like, nah, you know when they did the what's the album that came out there? You Gotta Feel Me.
Mm-hmm.
That was still under Sucker Free.
Man,
is that where the issues kind of started rising around that time?
let me show you. The issues started right before while we trying to put the album together.
The You Gotta Feel Me album.
We working on the next album. All right. Now the issues started, like I say, you know, we basically run everything out the camp. So we had booked. I normally do this, man, all the time. I book us like a 12 or 9-stop radio tour. You know, all radio stops. You know what I mean? I got to the point to where, you know, I communicate with a couple of guys at the stations. Man, look, I got the orders. Y'all DJing at the spot. Look, let's just make this work. Well, we break bread. You know what I mean? Once we do it this way, you my designated guy here, and you know I ain't gonna never let nobody else bring me in this market besides you. So you know it was easy for me to book some radio tours. But at that time, man, you know we was growing so big and moving so fast to the point that you know I had booked that radio tour, and Flip father had just came home, and I noticed he was, you know, come by and check on him and want to talk to me. Flip, you be right there in the living room and don't even want to walk out the door to go talk to your dad. Tell him I ain't here. I don't want to see him. I'll say, hey, wait a minute, hold up, man, hold up. You know, and the thing about it is I had just lost my father about 3 weeks ago. Over about a month ago, before you start treating your dad like that. So I was like, Flip, listen, man, I don't know what's going on between y'all, man, but you ain't got but one dad, man. And if y'all don't mean this relationship, something ever happen, that's gonna be you, man, with all this on your heart and on your mind, man. So, you know, find a way to fix this. I'm not finna tell them you not here. You know, so finally they sit down and me and, you know, talked it out, and you know, Wes was coming by the office. So I noticed when we gone, you would still come by the office and sit in there with the girls, and because of my sisters and like your sisters, because we like brothers. You still sitting there laughing, talking. You be asking about these maps on the wall, what all these numbers mean, and you know, most of them mean radio sales, most of them mean radio play, most of them mean markets we be in, markets we ain't been. You know what I mean? And at the same time, you was getting overwhelmed with all these numbers and what this label and your son was doing. While we out of town, I have a guy that's a close friend of mine. He's out of Cincinnati, Ohio, but his brother is in Daytona. And his brother does the Daytona Beach Festival every year. Now, mind you, we had just went to 10,000 a show. You know what I mean? And when they book us for Daytona, they try to at least book 2 days or 3 days, whatever they can get. But me and the label have been down there twice, and look, D, man, I mean this, man. It's, you know, it's all right to go down there to make some money, man. But you know, I had them youngsters. You know, I had them fly players.
Yeah.
You know how my label is. Man, we all players. We so fly. You know they. You know what I mean? It's natural, man. So they looking to have fun, enjoy themselves. We talking about Florida, right? But at the instance, they weren't understanding that Daytona is a bit different from Miami and Orlando. You know, you mostly down here where the Haitian city's at. So at the same time, man, my boys didn't want to go back down there. It was like, Hump, man. I said, man, look, I got this Daytona Beach Festival calling me. They want 2 days. Young Red didn't want to go run, flip everybody. They want, no, man, don't send us back down there, man. I don't want to go down there, man. Man, please let's not go back down. I understood him, man. I understood him because, you know, some of them out there looking like me, you know what I mean? So it wasn't no flavor for them to play with. They weren't trying to even get involved. So I said, okay, well, fellas, we'll miss that. We won't even go to that. What happened to us, we was on tour, and my partner called me from Daytona, and Flip Daddy was at the office. And, you know, he was telling me my phone had messed up. I was on another number. He was telling me he had been calling me, so he had to call through the office to get to me. So my sister put us on the speakerphone while Flip Daddy's sitting in the office. The man was trying to get us to do the Daytona. So I'm steady telling him, no, bro, we ain't gonna make it. At the same time, the dates he wants is interfering with the tour I'm doing. Now, at the same time, we signed with Sony, but Sony, we ain't never been into the Carolinas or Virginia. We done been through Atlanta, right? So we got a tour going.
Is that as far as y'all going on that side?
Yeah, see, I came all the way back from San Francisco, all the way back across Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi, and we stopped in Atlanta. But Sony was saying, well, since y'all stopping here, why don't we go ahead and let's go in Virginia and the Carolinas? So they added 3 more dates to my tour. So I was like, okay, y'all, okay, well, yeah, well, while we here, we might as well, you know. Okay, so what happened was my partner calling me and talking to me about this Daytona thing, and I'm steady telling him no, and he's steady trying to tell me, man, it's gonna be crazy like it was last year, huh? Man, I got the bread, I'm ready to send you the bread, and I steady telling him, bro, I can't do it. I just can't do it, man. And the boys on the bus with me, no, man, tell him we don't want to do this, man. We don't want to go down there, man. Forget all that. Say, I hear you, man. I hear you. Say, man, no, we ain't gonna be able to make it, man, because I'm booked up anyway on them days. He was like, okay. So I get off the phone with him. So I go, we go do all the stops, man. All the stops. We gonna do all the stops but Atlanta, Virginia, and the Carolinas. My last stop, we in Atlanta. Now all of a sudden I get a phone call. I get a phone call from Flip Daddy. Hey, bro, what's going on? How you doing, man? How was the show? I said, man, the show was good. Y'all, everybody all right? Everybody safe? Mind you, I'm already thinking, man, this is the first time you ever called
about
me
some business
and asked me about a show and how we doing and all. I'm just thinking, okay, well, maybe just checking on us. But I still got this thought in my head. I was like, yeah, everything good, man. I said, we walking in the hotel, we in the hotels now, everybody walking to the room. Yeah, everybody good. So he was like, bro, I need to talk to you. I said, okay. I said, what's going on? He was like, man, you know, Flip called me, man, and he been complaining that his stomach hurting. Now, mind you, I still got radio people with me. We getting ready to go in my room and sit down and try to book us some more days to get back to Atlanta. So I told him, I say that again, Wes? He say, yeah. He say, Flip called me, man, and was telling me his stomach hurting. So I told him, I said, well, give me a minute, bro, and I'm going to call you back. So once I get the guys in my room, I step out and I call them back and talk to him. I said, what's that? He said, yeah, man, my son say his stomach been hurting like crazy. And I told him, I said, Wes, listen. I say, he be with me every day. He ain't never told me nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, but now if he told you that, it could be possibly true because, man, them niggas were drinking syrup like it was water. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm talking about, man, it was so crazy, man.
It was that era, boys got money. Hey, man, this was going on.
And what they ran out of, man, they can have a bunch of shit. By the time we get to Louisiana after the second show they threw, we got somebody else got to be on the plane the next couple of days. Man, that shit was crazy. I told Flip, said, man, listen, man, y'all drinking too much of this shit. Shit, we all drink. See, y'all drinking too much, but they drinking more than me. Y'all young niggas. Man, I don't want no more of this shit. Hey, man, listen, man, I got somebody flying in. I told Flip, say, man, you drinking a little too much, bro. I think so. So once I get off the phone with his dad, I go to Flip room, knock on the door. Flip got some people in this room, so I tell the bro, come out, let me talk to you. He says, hey man, you all right? He said, yeah, big bro, I'm good, man. What's up? I say, listen, your daddy just called me. My dad? He was shocked. I said, yeah. He said, what'd he call you for? I looked at him. I said, well, he said you called him and told him your stomach was hurting and you weren't feeling good. He looked just as bizarre, like he didn't know nothing about it. He said, man, let me call my dad. So I said, okay. So I go back in the room with the people I got over here with me. So finally Flip called my phone, tell me come outside, come out the room, we go out the room. He said, yeah, I did call my dad, man. You know, my stomach had been hurting, man, off and on. I just didn't tell you. I said, well, look. I said, we in Atlanta, we got 2 off days. I say, you want to go see the doctor over here while we're here in Atlanta? It's like, yeah, let me see, but you know, let me see. I might go home. You know, my mama want me to go see a doctor at home. So I'm like, okay. Now some of this ain't making sense to me because you got to realize, Flip, you've been staying with me since you was damn near 17, 16, damn near 15 from a kid. You know what I mean? I've been having you with me for.
At this point, y'all 4, 5 years at least.
Man, we 5, 6, 7 years deep. So you know, anything happen to you, I always have to take you to the hospital. You know, you ain't never had a personal doctor. You know what I mean? So some of this ain't registering to me. So I said, okay, well, talk to your mom, let me know. I mean, you come back and say, yeah, I talked to her, they want me to come home to go see the doctor. So I tell you, I say, well, I tell you what, listen, what you do, I'm going to call the office, have the office to fly you home in the morning. What you do, go on to the doctor, you got 2 days, and then fly on back to us, and we'll go ahead and go on into Carolinas and the Virginias and finish it up. He said, okay. So we fly Flip home. I'm getting phone calls, man. You know, David Banner, he in Atlanta. You got Lil John, you know, everybody calling us because we in there. So they trying to get us to come to the studio. They, you know, we finna mix it up, do some songs together. So, you know, you got Luda, you got Lil John, you got Good and Mark, Cool Joe and them down there. You got David Banner, everybody down there. So, you know, Flip had went home, so I called him. I told him, I said, yeah, we come. I said, but I just flew Flip to the house. You could leave him. He said, well, okay, well, come on, man. We just gonna mix it up. So I'm gonna put Red and Run on some songs with him. So we go to the studio, man, and while they sitting there, man, we talking, creating, man, listening to beats, seeing what they gonna rap on, my phone ring. And I just answered and put it on speaker. And this was my partner from Daytona that I talked to a month or so ago. And he was like, hey, boy, where you at? See? No, this the DJ, this my DJ partner in Daytona. This ain't even a promoter yet. So he said, boy, where you at? He said, man, they waiting on y'all. I said, man, what you talking about? He said, Hump, y'all got 2 sold-out shows down here. He said, it's off the chain. I said, bro, listen, first of all, we not even coming down there. He said, Hump, you tripping? He said, yes, y'all, Lil Flip done did the commercials and everything. I said, what? He said, yeah, Flip done did the commercials, man. He said, it's going down. Y'all got a show tonight. By the time I get off the phone, me and Red and everybody looking at each other, right? As soon as I get off the phone, my other phone ring, this is my office. It's my sister's telling me, Hump, do I supposed to be flying Flip and Willing to Florida? Nah, I'm throwed in the head now. I'm saying, well, wait a minute. Wait, what the fuck is going on? I mean, first, Flip, you supposed to be sick. You supposed to be going to the doctor tomorrow. Second of all, the DJ that called me telling me that we got a show. Then I got my sister called me telling me, is y'all supposed to be flying you to Florida? I said, no. She said, well, he say he got something he got to go down there for. So I get off the phone and I call Flip. Say, hey, boy. Say, hey, I say, you trying to go to Florida? He tell me, he said, big bro, I got somebody that want me to do a walkthrough. You know, and I was just gonna go down there and make that bread. He gonna pay me 10 G's to do a walkthrough. I said, you sure? He said, yeah, it ain't nothing but a walkthrough. So I said, oh, okay, man. Well, yeah, y'all go ahead and do it. That's all that is. He said, then when I fly back to y'all tomorrow. So, okay, sound good. I get off the phone, man. We back talking. Now, the DJ that just called me had called me back. He said, hey, man. He said, I want you to talk to your boy. I said, what boy? He said, your promoter. The promoter. He said, you know Derek? I said, yeah. I said, I already told Derek I can't do it. He said, man, Derek already done booked y'all. I said, Derek ain't booked us. So Derek get on the phone, man. He was like, big brother, where y'all at, man? I'm waiting on y'all, man. I know Flip called me. He's supposed to be in tonight. I said, wait a minute, man. Flip's supposed to be doing a walkthrough for you? A walkthrough? He said, hell no. He said, y'all doing the show for 2 days, huh? I said, bro, listen, man, we not coming to Daytona, man, to do no show. We in Atlanta. That ain't even on my schedule to do that. I go off on it because I told him I couldn't do it. Then he tell me, he said, bro, wait a minute, hold on, big bro. He said, just OG respect for you, man. He said, I would have never did that. He said, man, I talked to you last month, almost 3 weeks ago, when I last talked to you in the office, put you on the line. He said, man, your new role manager called me back and told me y'all can do the show. Now, he on speaker, right? So I got red run, everybody around us looking and like, what new role manager? So the man said, hold on, Hump, let me get the man number. I done sent the man my bread, man. I said, what? He said, yeah, man. He said, man, I'm paying y'all $10,000 to show. I sent this man $10,000 my money, man. $5,000 for
1 day and then 5 for the next, right?
Yeah, man. I said, come on, bro. I said, man, who's this man? So the man said, wait, hold on. You know Big West? I said, Big West? I said, no, man, we our own road team, man. Road managers. Don't nobody do shit for us but us. Reg say, huh? He say, huh? I said, what, Reg? He said, man, that's Flip Daddy. I said, Reg, I know you lying to me. He said, no, all right. So I told my partner on the phone, I said, man, listen. I said, is that man supposed to be doing the show or walkthrough? He said, Hump, y'all supposed to be performing. He said, if y'all ain't here, I don't even want the man to go on stage. He said, he gonna get here tonight. I finna charge the man up. I want my bread back. So we stuck in Atlanta. We looking at each other puzzled. Now, this is why a lot of respect was lost for Lil Bro, because some of the other people was in the room that was listening to this, that's close to us, that knows how to label and how we rock and how close everybody was, right? A lot of folks they just couldn't believe it. On top of some of them was messed up in the head, hurt behind them. Man, I know that man ain't did no shit like that, huh? Man, I know God, everybody going on. I was like, man, but I doubt it, man. Let me figure it out. So finally, the man called me back. He said, Hump, man. He said, man, I'm gonna have to give all these folks their money back, man. He said, man, the thing sold. I invested all this goddamn money, man, and y'all like. He said, man, I want a wolf flip. I said, nah. I said, bro, listen. He said, man, I don't know what to do. I said, no, this is what you do. This is what you do. Go ahead and do your show so you ain't got to get all the folks their money back. Let the man go on and perform. Yeah, but don't even let them know. I'm finna send somebody down there. Because the nigga been lying to me, telling me it's a walkthrough. He ain't doing no performance. He's just walking through. So what I did is I sent Willie down there from Atlanta. I flew him down from Atlanta down there to Daytona. Flip on stage performer. Flip see Willie coming the door. Bless his heart, man. Willie passed. He dead right now. Bless my brother's soul, man, you know. But Willie walked in there and seen Flip performing, and he called me. He said, Hump, that boy on stage right now perform. I said, okay. He said, I'm going up here on the stage. So later on, Willie called me back. The security that's handling the stage trying to handle Willie because Flip done told the security, man, if y'all don't put this boy out the club, I'm not even gonna perform. Stop my music. Y'all need to put him out the club. So security handling this boy here, that's part of the label with Flip, any kind of way, right? So the man ended up calling me back, telling me how what's going on. So I tell him, man, find the promoter. Don't worry about the security. Find the promoter that's giving the show. That's your team player right there. So once he get with the promoter, he's like, man, he said, man, Flip trying to put this man off stage, man, and all of this stuff, man. I said, so man, just hold my partner down, man. So later on, I called Flip. I said, Flip, after the show was over, I said, hey, Flip, my partner told me he sent your daddy that money for 2 shows. You played sick on me and us, the whole team. Your security's still up here with us, my nigga. Yeah, you played sick on the whole goddamn bus, man, to go make some money for your daddy and you and your daddy, when you could have just gave your daddy some money. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to do that. You making enough goddamn money. You're changing your teeth every 2-3 months. You're changing up clothes and you're doing your cars and man, you're throwing away so much money, it don't make sense. Because you ain't got no overhead.
Yeah, you seen it as it didn't have to go that route if it was about money.
Man, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You stay with me, right? I'm buying your Jaguar. Then I get your clothes.
The Burberry Jag.
Yeah, I'm buying your Burberry Jag. I'm getting your clothes clean when I get mine clean. I'm paying your cell phone bill. You ain't got no house, no nothing. You got tax-free goddamn money as a young man. And you go do some stupid ass shit like this instead of just saying, here, Dad. You know what I mean? So what I told him, I said, man, you know what, man? That bullshit you just did. I said, man, when you come home, beat your motherfucking ass. I was in my feelings, bro. I was hot behind it. My nigga, I took care of you. So, but forever, my nigga, with this music shit. I done gave you shit that I wouldn't even never give nobody else or do for nobody else. You feel me? So what happened is, now he's scared to come back to us because I done threatened the dude, right? So he ain't never made it back. So we got to call Sony and tell him we ain't gonna be able to make the Carolinas. Okay? So now we sit down there, the man ain't never came back. So we turned the bus around and come all the way back home. Bus driver, his security, me ready to run, our DJs, our sound man, the whole camp. And everybody just sick and can't believe it. So, man, I don't know what dude, what's man, I don't know, man. This some new shit right now. You know what I mean? We ain't never thought this was gonna happen in years. So when we come home, man, you know, the boys get in the studio and finally Flip, Willie walked in, and Flip walked in past us and going on to the bedroom in my house, you know what I mean? So I had to tell the dude, man, I said, man, listen, I mean, I'm gonna talk to you. I just had to tell him, say, Flip, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wake up in the middle of the night and kill a snake, my nigga. I'm not finna live with nobody being that vindictive under me like that. Because if you did some bullshit like that, I don't know whatever else you'll do to have you this close to me, my nigga. So look, we can continue doing this music shit together, but you just gonna have to find you another place to stay. You hear me?
He was still staying with you at that point?
Yeah.
Underground Legend Outlet?
Yeah. Still staying with me. At that time, man, Flip fell out crying, mad, man, didn't want to leave the studio. Top of it, he wasn't wrong. He didn't want to do this. He didn't. So I had to call the man dad and say, come on over here. What's going on? So I had to tell him how I felt about all this. You know what I mean? So yeah, don't find him a place to stay. He got a pocket full of money. He got some more money put up, man. He just can't live here. You hear me? But Wes, you was already trying to get into your son's head. Yeah, the label and us, we made this shit look easy because of connections, relationship, and money. But this shit ain't never been easy. I just walk it because I've been there for 20, 30 years with these boys. Wes, you thought you can get in your son's head and y'all can come over here and y'all can do this yourselves. I understood what all this was after all this stuff falling apart. You start telling me, man, we booked up 6 months in advance, 4 days a week, 10,000 a show. Oh man, Flip say he don't want to do no show, man, if Red and Ron got to go with him. I said, man, Red and Ron ain't did nothing to this boy. What you mean? Well, he just saying, man, he want to do the shows by himself.
This was happening before the Daytona incident, or this is after the Daytona?
This was right after the Daytona incident. After I already told him, look, man, we just gonna
keep the business good.
Keep the business going. We just gonna live two separate lives. Get your own place, and I'm gonna get mine. But we still rock this music together. But you got that place that you don't even want your boys to eat with you. You ain't want Ron or Red to be on the stage, which these boys ain't did nothing to you. You the one that did something to them and the label. So after that, how many shows we got left? What you mean how many shows we got left? Man, I think the whole month, this month is booked out. Yeah, this whole month booked out. Well, Flip say he'll go do the shows, but he want to do it by himself. Let me tell you something. If I let Flip go do all these shows by himself and kill his boy career, man, I cancel all these goddamn shows. But see, this is Flip daddy in his ear. You know what I'm saying? So now, while we going through this, Flip and his daddy done flew to New York.
To meet with the label. Is this the start of the Clover G thing?
Yeah, this is over. This is finna be the beginning of it. This is him trying to get off my label. So, Donnie McPherson called me and say, Hump, man, we got Flip up here, man. Man, he up here crying and all that, man. We got to get that boy some money. I said, man, you ain't got that man no money. I said, first of all, what's wrong with him? He's saying he don't want to be with you, man. He want to be by himself. I said, man, listen. He said, Hump, Sony want the record so bad because I made a fool out of him off the last record. Like, man, we got to tell him, man, anything he want to hear just to get the record, and let's put the record out. I said, man, listen, I'm not finna play them games with that man. Just don't tell that man no anything, man. I said, what you tell him is the same thing I'm finna tell you. First of all, you ain't supposed to be talking to my artist without me. Second of all, I have a label deal, not an artist deal. So if you want to give him anything, give both of them $50 a piece and put them back on the plane to Houston. That's how I ended up having to do it. They called me back, Hump, man, we got to give him something, man. He just all in. And listen, what's so crazy about this is us and Beyonce was signed at the same time to Sony. Me and Matthew been partners, right? Matthew be on the next floor above us. Matthew called me. He was down there. It's like, man, what's wrong with the little flipper, man? I said, man, nothing done fucked up, man. Matthew said, Hump, I can believe it. He said, he down here crying, putting on a big old show down here in Sony. I said, I know it. They just called me. He said, I hate to see it. He said, all these artists will do that. He said, I'll talk to you later, bro. But me and Matthew get off the phone, right? So later on, Sony called me and like, Hump, man, I want to meet with you, man. I'm finna, this vice president, I'm finna fly down to Houston to meet with you, man. So it's okay. So when he came down, he told me he gave Flip them some money for a room. He finna put Flip in the studio, right? So he come to get the rest of the album that we had already recorded. He say, I said, man, listen, we don't need but 1 or 2 singles. The whole album, the man been did that. We got so much music, it's been over with. He's like, well, man, I'm gonna come get it. Let's put the album together. So he flew down to come get the rest of the music for the album. So when he got up there, Flip was trying to say that he don't want to use some of them songs. So they created Flip a budget off of my label. Didn't tell me so he can finish the album. So when he finished the album, I'm gonna show you how dirty the majors are and how they try to be. The song, the single,
Game over.
Game Over. You hear me? Sony y'all gave Flip that track when he was in New York. Flip recorded that song down there with y'all, right? Now y'all trying to y'all calling me now because y'all babyfying Flip. And y'all trying to ask me, Hump, let's just give him a label deal off your label, Hump. And what we do, you know, we'll let Flip keep all the recording money and you know, and your points will be the same. So wait a minute, man. So what you trying to say to me? You want to give Flip the upfront money, but you want me to sit back and wait to see if y'all can sell some records before I can get paid. That ain't gonna ever happen. So I told them I wasn't doing it. So they end up doing it anyway, giving him a deal off my label, right? That's why it's still about 2-3 more lawsuits still out there behind this stuff. Now at the same time, Flip, you open up Clover G's, but at the same time you see Sucka Free ink printers on that album. That same album that you went down there and winding with them folks and they gave you this track to make a single. Do you know Namco turned right back around and sued Sony, sued Flip, said to sue me and Flip because my ink.
You still tied into it, right.
Man, listen, man. Once we dug into this, man, Sony owns 85% of Namco. So if Sony give you a single, have you recorded it with a sample of another company they tied into,
benefit, yeah.
Right, and let the company come back and sue you for everything that the album done made.
That's how bad that's how deep that lawsuit was. Where it pretty much covered the whole album.
Man, damn near. You might as well say that. You might as well.
Damn.
Might as well. I don't think he's seen no money in me. I think that's one of the reasons why he ended up leaving Sony, but Sony ended up dropping Flip. You know, because now the A&R is calling me because now his work status, you know, his showmanship. You know, he ain't got that person with him that'll say, hey man, you got to do this, let's do this. You got to be here on time. So they start calling me about they can't wake him up out the hotel room. He late for radio interviews. He can't make this. He said, well, y'all welcome. You're welcome to him. Y'all want him that bad. Now y'all got the headaches that I had, that I was dealing with. But it done got worse because now he's his own man and he feel like he ain't got to move when these folks want him to move. So, you know, I think Sony ended up dropping him. I think he went.
But in the midst of all that, though, was the T.I. thing, too, though, because that was also and see, that's one thing that always tripped me out. I'm like, man, that really came out of nowhere.
Man, that really wasn't supposed to happen.
That could have been avoided?
That's supposed to have been avoided. That really wasn't supposed to happen. Because Jason Jeter is one of my partners, man. Me and Clay cool. You hear me?
And these T.I. right here, man.
Listen, while I'm running trying to turn Flip record on in Atlanta, Jerry Smoking B down there in Atlanta is a program director and will not play our record, and we signed to Sony. They won't play our record because Sony, you told Jerry Smoking B if he start playing the record, he'll get first dabs and dips on Flip and the label as far as concerts coming to Atlanta. Sony, you're only my distributor company. You don't run my label. We've been throwing our own shows and doing our own thing. So Jerry Smoking B, you hot because we done been in Atlanta 3-4 times. So while I'm trying to find out, Sony, why y'all can't get, now I got Greg Street playing my record on the other station, but the big station, Jerry, why you ain't playing my record? You act like you ain't in the office and don't even want to meet with me, but you from Houston. So I'm like, man, this don't sound right. So once I'm dealing with Sony with this, I'm like, man, what the? Say, I don't know, Hump. I don't know. So finally, I'm gonna show you why I say this shouldn't have never happened. Cujo Good and them was at the radio station, and they heard me talking to the receptionist, everybody trying to see Jerry smoking beef. So when I walked out and was going back to the bus, Cujo was coming out the door. He said, Hump. He said, come here. I said, what's up, bro? He said, man, listen. He said, man, that man in the office, man. He said, I just come out the main office, man. He said, man just gave me the whole scoop, Hump. He don't want to meet with you because Sony promised him that he would have the first shows with Flip when he come to Atlanta if he start playing the record. I said, man, Jerry smoking beef from Houston. He knows Sony don't run my label. He should have called me with that. So I was telling him, I said, man, you know what? I'm tired of dealing with him. I'd have been here 5-6 hours dealing with him. I said, man, don't even worry about it. I ain't worried about that station. I said, long as Street got me, you know, I'm good. So we was getting ready to leave. My phone ring, and this is Jason. Jason, Clay, all of them say, hey, big brother, where you at? I said, boyfriend, to hit the highway and get out of here. He said, man, no, man. He said, man, don't leave, bro. He said, man, we can't let this happen to you. He said, man, come on by the label, come on by Grand Hustle, man. We drive the bus to Grand Hustle. I get out, man, I go in there, everybody in there. Say, Hump, man, we ain't finna let this happen to y'all, man. That's because when they need me coming back from the South, anything, radios, club shows, anything, I plug them in, you know, take care of some of these boys. He's like, bro, we ain't finna let this happen to y'all. He said, I tell you what. He said, let's make them play the record. He said, we all gonna throw the album release party. Man, we got with Greg Street, we grabbed the date on the calendar. Clayton, them, Jason, David Banner, Luda, Young Bloods, man, all them boys got together and said, hey man, we on this show. We gonna throw this show for y'all. This is y'all album release party. But we gonna bring the whole city out for y'all. D, we was already family. Every time we go down there, Jason and Clay and all the other boys in VIP with us. Flip, you just didn't know who they was because that ain't what your mindset on. Your mindset on you being a rapper and you was a star. You trying to see who coming in VIP and you trying to get females to come in the VIP with you. My mind is always on the next show, the next business, the next trip, what I can create in this city with the boys that run the city. So at the same time, these guys is already in VIP with us, Philip. They're already holding you down. They already just stole your album release party. When we pull up that month came, the show day came, we pull up, man, we couldn't even get to the club, dude. It was so packed. I'm talking, it was so packed it didn't make sense. And when we walked in the club, man, we was in VIP sitting there talking. Jerry Smoking B walked up to me and told me, he said, man, I got to apologize to you. He said, man, I'm sorry I was wrong, huh? He said, my fight is with Sony. They the one promised me this, man. He said, man, I'm going to start playing your record. Sony don't even know Jerry Smoking B going to start playing the record. The night went good, man. We done did a concert, all the family. We done let Atlanta loved on us. We done loved on Atlanta, man.
So Flip, T.I., everything's cool at this point?
Man, Tip is locked up.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Tip locked up. Yeah. But at the same time, it goes back from Flip seeing Tip and them girl at the show and was asking who she was, right? And when they brought her over there and he was talking to her and she told her who her man was, Flip was kind of a little disrespectful, right? That's first thing. Then after that, when Tip come on, they was talking about putting Tip on the song Flip was doing, but Flip didn't want Tip on the song.
This is the Game Over remix. You
follow me? Yeah. So at the same time, man, all this is over nothing, man. Y'all, the both labels was already tight and close. You know, that's one thing I do respect Tip for too. You know what I mean? Because after all of that happened, and all the stuff we was going through with Tip, man. You know, with Flip. You know, Tip reached out to us. It was like, I didn't know Tip from Adam. I ain't never seen him. You know, your labor boys, my partners. But, you know, you reached out to us, and I didn't know who you was. Scarface had called me, told me Tip trying to get a hold of me. Young Third called me. I said, what? So why Jason just, why they didn't call me? So when I called him, he said, yeah, man, Tip been trying to get a hold to you, huh? I said, okay. So when I called him, he's like, man, listen, you know, it's a bunch of respect for you, bro, and I hear that we family. He said, but, you know, your boy came down here and he was asking everybody who the freestyle king, everybody said Tip and he went in. But I'm going to tell you about that. That same night, that same show, man, I was at home in bed sleep. I was at home in bed sleep, man, and my phone rang, and this was Jason and Clay. Jason was like, man, what's wrong with the dude, huh? You hear all this noise? I said, yeah. He said he just booed Tip on stage, just shitting on Tip on stage, man. So they booing Flip right now. Say, what? He said, Hump, I want to hurt this nigga, man. He just shitting on Tip in our own city. I asked Jason, I said, Jay, look, man, y'all don't mess with him, man. Y'all leave him alone. He's just a kid, man. He's just a kid, man. Y'all leave him alone, man. I don't care what happens, y'all don't mess with him. He said, Hump, man, we gonna do something to him. So I get off the phone and I call one of the guys that's running with Flip, one of my little dudes. I said, little bro, look, man, y'all got, what's going on? He said, Hump, man, this whole club was going crazy. He said, man, Flip just did Tip, man, everybody here. I said, listen, tell the bro, when he get through, y'all go straight to that bus and y'all get out that club, man, because the boys want to do something to Flip. That's why I'm getting these phone calls. So I had to lace him up, man, that, man, you're in the line of fire right now, my nigga, you know, for disrespecting, man. And what you disrespecting, they've been rocking with you for the longest. But you didn't pay attention to that. Oh, you know, it just got bigger and worse, man. It just got bigger and worse. But, you know, when Tip come home, he called me and told me about it. And he told me, he said, bro, let me tell you something. He said, Hump, I'm a man, first of all. He said, and I hear we family, bro. He said, and I know that's your artist, man, that's your label, man. He said, and I know that's how you making money. He said, that's why I'm calling you, bro. He said, you heard what he did to me? You heard what he said to my wife? He said, man, if you tell me to leave him alone, he said, Hump, he said, man, I won't say nothing. I go on about my career. He said, Hump, but if you tell me I can go at that boy, he said, Hump, I ain't going to stop till I kill his career. I'm not going to stop. I heard what he done did to you and your label. You heard what he done did to me, but as a man, I'm just asking out of respect. Man, can I go at this boy? And I was fed up with Flip back then. I ain't gonna lie. I'm fed up with Flip going through shit with Sony, money tied up here and there. Flip, you around here thinking you running the whole goddamn South, your label, mind you. I'm fed up with you.
Because I remember it was the whole, I'm an 18-year-old CEO, you know what I'm saying, that whole thing. Was he like co-CEO of Sucka when y'all started?
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I told Flip was like my son to me. And I told Flip, man, listen, bro, I'm OG. I'm only doing this for you. So, man, I'm only gonna do this a couple of years. After these couple of years, bro, man, take over this company. I'm out the way. So what I'm gonna do for you is this. I'm gonna let you keep all your publishing. And when I get ready to retire, I'm gonna give you shares of this company, and you give me shares of your publishing so I can retire. You hear me? That's how this was laid out. But it wasn't paperwork done. You hear me? Mm-hmm. I ain't never had paperwork to say Flip was a CEO with me. Flip, you was always an artist. You know what I mean? But at the same time, yeah, I did tell him that. I just said, man, listen, Once I get tired of this, because I ain't gonna run with you for about 4 more years, 3 more years, make sure you safe, labor's good, and you're solid. But that's when we'll do this. But at the same time, he started talking about it soon and early. But it's a young man's dream. So at the same time, I gave him the right to do what he wanted to do. Talk about it like you want to talk about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I really looked at him as he was my son, period. So it wasn't nothing that I wouldn't have did for him. But it just all fell completely out of place behind greed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I hear the stories of I supposed to took his money. Nigga, how I'm taking your money? And you getting everything that they sending down the pipeline, and we taking care of everything we doing together. You got money over there, I got money over here. You ain't paying no house note. What I supposed to do, man? So come on, Flip, man, you tripping. You grown up, you're a grown man now. You got your own goddamn money. But at the same time, this your excuse to say, oh, this is the wrongdoing Hump was doing to me, was taking my money. You ain't got nowhere in the world to say I was taking your money. What you do got, and what you be holding on my head, is what I did to your ass, is the fact that when you went to New York, you went up there asking for your recording budget. And I told them they better not give you a dime. You want to finish the record, send the recording budget where you normally send it to. That's to make Flip come back to me and say, is we gonna finish this record or not? That's what that was for. But for you to say I took something from him, he don't even believe that. The world don't believe that.
Yeah. So okay, see, now it makes sense, because I remember hearing it down with the King tape, and I'm like, man, how is everybody just turning on Flip like this? Like, how did they, but y'all already had that lasting relationship, so this was just being where you were, feeling with everything, how everything was going at the time, and then just being like, man, you know what, hey, it just is what it is.
Man, it got to the point to where, man, it got so kind of disrespectful. He wouldn't do it here. He wouldn't do it here, but he'll go up to these other cities and other states and all that, and he'll start dissing the label. You know what I mean? But see, Flip knew one thing about me. If Flip knew that I got a lot of love all through these states, and I got a lot of family, different sides of the table. At the same time, you wouldn't do it here because we used to mob deep down here. But you didn't understand when you went to Cincinnati and you did that I got a phone call too that same night that you did that. And what he still don't know to this day is the phone call I got was a phone call from family that been holding you down when you go down there, telling me he didn't appreciate the way you was dissing me in the label on stage. So the things that happened down there in Cincinnati, you caused it.
Oh, it was an issue in Cincinnati?
Yeah, it was an issue down there in Cincinnati. The boys called, let me show you how the crazy this is. Man, them boys called me and say, man, listen, big bro, you hear the little dude, man, down here dissing you? I said, no, man, I was at home, man. I said, no, bro, I ain't here. He said, man, Hump, I'm not feeling this, man. The way we hold him down when he come down here, the way we take care of him. He said, man, you got a video on your phone? I said, yeah. He said, I'll call you back after a while. Man, after a while, man, I had ate good, laid down, man, mama watching TV and had fell asleep. My phone going off, I look at my phone, man, this is a picture of Flip. I can't see because I'm just not waking up. I'm looking at it like a picture of Flip. So I'm looking, man, what Flip sending me this picture from? This ain't even Flip. The man that called me, he got on flipping them chains. It's crazy, man. He's the same man that done robbed flipping them in Cincinnati. That's crazy. So he called me and said, man, you see what I sent you? I said, man, yeah. I said, man, what you done did? And he told me, he said, man, I send them tricks on them on that bus, man. You know, I know they ain't no but tricks for women. I send them tricks on the bus, man. And then, man, the guy ran on the bus and robbed the whole bus. You want some of this jewelry, bro? I said, man, I don't want none of that. Matter of fact, man, get that shit back to that boy, man. Yeah, get that man shit back, man. I mean, what me and him going through, and that, you know.
You wasn't trying to have it to be
you ain't got to hold up
that.
for me for nothing, man. That's between me and him. You know what I mean? Oh, man, did it now, man. I said, man, listen, man, listen. Flip and some of the other guys on the bus, man, is my little brothers. Take that shit back to them, man. That's my last words when I got off the phone with him. But at the same time, you got to understand, man, you know, it's people out there, man, that you done been in front of, man, and that you done been in the mix of, man, that got love for you because of me. And at the same time, man, you know, people know how I rock for you, what we done did for you, how we go to bat for you, how we handle shit for you. They knew what type of cat I was. So that didn't look disrespectful to me because I wasn't there, but it looked disrespectful to somebody else that done walk with you in the family, thinking you shitting on the family, man. So just be mindful, man, of what you're going, what you're doing, and what you're saying. I mean, you know, I don't get out here and shoot slugs and bad mouth him. I love him as a little brother. He was a teenager learning this. You know what I'm saying? So it's a learning process through it all. But you know, make growth be the biggest thing you get out of this, instead of downfalls. You know what I mean? Just realize where you're trying to go. You ain't got to step on nobody to get where you're trying to go.
Yeah, man. Moving past that though, like once you know all the smoke cleared with that, you know what I mean. You kind of step back from the industry. Like I said, I mean, it ain't the only thing I can find on you is the video when you was having the, you know, doing like the farewell, you know, getting ready to go sit down thing. You just got right back to the streets, right back to hustling, just doing your thing after everything.
Well, man, you know, I made some mistakes in my life, man, trying to get to the top. You know what I mean? And you know, I had a long run, bro. I ain't mad about it at all. You know.
Were you still active during the Sucka Free era and when the music was going on? Were you still kind of getting it on the side, or you went straight music?
Man, listen, man. Man, listen. I don't know nobody gonna do it straight music. I don't know one cat gonna do it straight music, man. You know what I mean? That just takes
hustler at heart, man.
Right, you know what I mean? That just takes a lot out the table, man, out the kids' mouth, man, trying to just do it, you know, just straight, man. You gotta realize, shit, you break your back to get this bread, man. How you gonna balance home, kids' life, man, and then a whole another situation of a business and taking care of other kids, and you got family to take care of. So yeah, it's, you know, it's a mix of juggling both balls, man. It was a mix of it.
Yeah,
man. But, you know, I'm blessed through it all, man. You know, I say this, you know, I tell a couple of my close partners this. You know, my father upstairs showed me this before it happened to me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he used to tell you, like, you know, son, you're doing too much.
Yeah, he showed this to me before it happened to me. You know, he told me, because I promised him 3 times I was doing it and went back to it. So he told me, I'm going to show you everything you're facing in this era that you're dealing with. I'm going to take you through the hardest of it. But when I bring you out, you're going to be a changed man. And at that same time, man, that's exactly what he did. You know, from the team that came to my house to where my case supposed to be. I ain't never been caught nowhere in Beaumont. I ain't never been caught with anything. Conspiracy case to now they trying to put me with the cartel folks, want to give me so many years of this and that.
Because there was a report saying you was tied into like some cartel or something like that.
Brother, listen, man, it's crazy because you can be having a conversation with your friend. You know what I mean? And your friend can be talking to you about something. And you can be saying, oh man, you for real? I didn't know that. Yeah, I think I heard about it.
And now they tie you in
You
there.
didn't investigate yourself. This is conspiracy. You know what I mean? They got that out to make sure that we got enough loopholes to hold you with this. They can want you bad enough to not to have a case on you, but to build a case on you. You know what I mean? So, you know, but I say this, man, out of all the time that I have been hustling, and it could have been a lot worse. You know what I'm saying? It could be to the point that I'm not even able to be here. It could be to the point that I lost my life doing some things, you know, but my Father, he always take care of me, man. So that's why right now that I'm home, man, I don't even think about it. You know, I just use the same mentality as I got on hustling. As far as from the legal side, I just put all that energy on the good side. That's why I tell boy, man, don't even call me, man. I don't care what.
No one know nothing about it.
That's why you don't see me around a lot of people and doing so much with people. You know what I mean? Because I understand what a lot of people out here still in the mix of. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get caught up no more. I done did my time. I done gave my time, man. And at the same time, my life is straight with God and for family, man.
That's what it is, man. Man, this has been so real, bro. This was as good as I knew it was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Probably even better than I thought it was gonna be, man. Man, dog. Tell me, how did you get the name Hump before we close out? How did you get that?
Man, it's crazy. You know, it's crazy, man. As a young man, you know, dealing with your neighbors. You know, you got these little girl neighbors, man. I get caught in their garage.
I would have thought that.
Yeah, I get caught in their garage, man, with my neighbor. You know, and you know the neighbor mama told my mama, yeah, I seen your son, we're humping on my dog. Yeah, so it just carried from that, man.
Man, I wouldn't have thought that. That's a trip, man. Well, man, you got anything before we close out, man?
Man, I'll be honest with you, bro. Only thing I want to say is,
and for the record too, everything is good with you and Flip. Everything is,
right now, man, me and the brother good, man. I mean, you know, we two different men, and at the same time, we know where we came from, and we know where we at right now. You know, I still love him. You know, matter of fact, I call him sometime. He'll call me sometime. Matter of fact, he come to a couple of my comedy shows I do. You know, we still right. We still all right. You know, just laid back and we just do two different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, I wish him the best, man, and whatever he's doing and how he's doing it, man, and just want him to be safe, man, to continue growing. You know?
Yeah. For sure. Yeah, I mean, what y'all did was legendary, bro. I mean, Sucka free to. You know, you as who you are, Hump. Him always rapping about Hump. Like as a kid, I always wondered, like, man, I want to be down with Hump, man. Flip just make this dude seem like just a real OG and a real boss, man.
Yeah,
like
man, that's Hump was a workhorse, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing me and the boys can go through together.
Yeah, that like I say, it's always the Hump line. Just so, like I say, can't forget my nigga Hump. So like it's so many. That's probably what's gonna be the Instagram caption on this shit when I put the picture up. You know what I'm saying? But this been an honor, man. For real.
Dan, it's been a pleasure, man, to sit and spend some time with you, man, and just to give you a little insight on just my life and the label and the industry and how all of this unfold too, man. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of people down there that really didn't know the story. They always heard one side because I'm always silent with it, man. I ain't the type that want my business and stuff all in the media, man. But you know, it's an honor and a pleasure, man, to sit down here with you and give it to you.
Yeah, no, I'm honored. Like I said, I can't find no interview, so I can tell you right now, this is the one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all watching, this the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, y'all stay watching, man. You know what I mean? Because it's my boy Donnie now. You know, if he got me in the seat, you might be next. Real talk.
For sure, man. I appreciate you coming through. You know what I mean? Hey, you got anything before we close out? Anything else?
Man, no, I'm good, bro. All I want to say is Houston, don't let the industry fall down here. We have too many good rappers. Y'all learn to support. Learn to put your city back on the map, man. Learn to come together because We one of the biggest cities in the United States. Ain't no way we ain't supposed to have 5 or 6 major rappers right here getting money, turning the city up. I don't like going to other folks' city and they tell me how they done came over here and had a good time, and I can't see my own folks live here having a good time and y'all turning up for them, man. So just learn to support. That's all I say.
That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, man, it's the Donnie Houston podcast. I'm Donnie Houston. Hump, man. OG Hump, man. Listen, I hope y'all enjoyed this as much as I did, man. We finna get up out of here.
Oh, yeah. Donnie Houston. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Subscribe to the Donnie Houston podcast, man.